waiting on Facebook to go, you're live. Hey y'all, Samantha, Sam I am, Bell Wreath Designs, welcome. If you're new, let me know you're new. If you don't see the red live, which you probably don't right now because it's the very beginning, you're on the replay. Type in replay or just say hey, and if you're new, let me know where you're from. I'm on the east side of Birmingham, y'all. We started working on our cross wreath the other day, and I changed up some of my technique of it. So anyway, as y'all jump on and say hey, let me get to my page and find my live, because now we're live. Because now we are live. So, yeah, we made very cute little designs yesterday, and I was trying to figure out how to do the reel, but it took me forever to make chili, and then I made banana pudding, but I did do a reel in banana pudding. Gotta love banana pudding. I thought I was going to get a shipment today, so I had to check that real quick, and it says it's going to be here tomorrow. I'm like, I wanted it today. Okay, I'm sorry. There's always something new Facebook posts on here, and, you know, so anyway. So, hey, y'all, and thank you for being here. Let me mute this. There we go. Now, as y'all jump on, I'm waiting on y'all to get here because I want to show y'all my new toy. I don't know how it works. I thought we'd try it on here together. But I have some really cute things I want to show y'all. It is so adorable. I meant to show y'all yesterday after the live, and I totally forgot because I was trying to hurry because it was getting cold. It got cold. I mean, it's been cold for the last couple of days, probably like 3 or so days. So anyway, as you come on, please say hey. Hit that love, heart, like, thumbs up, something others down there. Let me know. I'm sorry. Let me exit this. Okay. Let me know. No, let me know. Yeah, let me know where you're from if I don't know. And say hey. And please do the hanging on the door. Hang the wreath on the doors, y'all. I'll get my words right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read this and talk, and I can't do all the things at the same time. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. More options. So I'm going to go hang a wreath on a couple of my doors to let everybody know we're here. So, let me find them. Let me find them. So, let me post this. So, hanging a wreath on the door, if you're new, that's the SHARE button. That lets your friends know that we're here. And if you don't have time to watch it all, then you can, you know, if you put it on your page, then you'll know right where to go back to catch back up. And you can fast forward and all that stuff to back where you was if you have to leave early or any of the sorts. Y'all, if you need a design for your door, please message me from the page at Bell Wreath Designs, because I don't always get your comments on here, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I see them while we're here, and sometimes I don't. But I do go back after my lives, and I do go back and say hey and all the things, and you know, welcome you if you're new. And I had so much fun yesterday. I hope y'all did. I think hey y'all. So I really. It was so much fun to do that, and I had a lot of compliments about that, so I appreciate it. And if you didn't get to see it, we made a snowflake using clothes hangers, plastic coat hangers. You can do any color. You know, it's a snowflake. You could do blue or white, or you can do blue and white. You can put lights. You don't have to. You can do anything. She's had it for her daughter, who was supposed to be adding some kind of embellishments to it. And so I think that'll be fun. There is no wrong or right when it comes to crafting, y'all. There may be a process, but there's no wrong or rights. You can do the things. So anyway, let me put this on my main group at Bell Wreath Designs, my group. Bama Crafters. Let me find it because it's forever down there. There we go. Okay. Live now. Live at 5. So we're gonna finish this cross that we started the other day. And I like I said, I started over. Y'all know me. I'll take it apart and start over. Hey y'all, thank y'all for watching. Y'all, if y'all haven't followed and joined, please do. And okay. All right. So where's everybody at? I bought a wood burning knife, and I wanted to see, because it's got the I don't even think I've used this, and that's already got a tip on it, and it looks like it's been used. I don't know. I hadn't even plugged this up, I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. But I like the other way we're going to do this cross. This is the reason I bought this other burner is because I wanted to be able to, if I can, I don't know, this, well, maybe not. It screws on. I know that center surely does. Well, maybe the center of it does. Okay, I thought the whole thing. Don't make it more difficult than it is. Some of these, they just screw in now. It's not hot right now, but it's easier for me to do it with pliers. But there's a screw hole. I was thinking that little piece on the end there came off with it, but it don't. And I just now realized it says it's a welder. This came from Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight. We have a Tractor Supply and Harbor Freight, and I get them confused. But this is Harbor Freight. It was like $10. It's a Chicago Electric welding 5-in-1 hobby wood burner. Design, fuse, cut, shape, and solder. So I know it's backwards for you. But if you are interested and you want to see about ordering it, there's a number up here at the top. It's 63850. It's got a knife in here like your X-Acto knife. So I'm wondering if that X-Acto knife will get hot enough to cut through the burlappy jute mesh, because the other regular wood burner won't. It's just a wood burner. It's the same thing as this, but this one comes with a knife. I'm thinking the knife, hey y'all, I'm thinking the knife might get hot enough that it'll cut it. I don't know. We're gonna see. The review, someone had said that they did it and it did work. And obviously, you know, when you're on like a review, you can't, you know, go asking questions. Okay, so let me lay those down before I stab that knife through my hand. I want to show you what I got. So let me hang you down a little bit. Okay, so three of these are supposed to be a solder or welder, whatever. Solding is welding. I don't know if y'all have said anything. I don't have any comments, but if you have, I haven't seen anything. Okay, so three soldering tips, 4 wood burning tips. So, but see this right here? This is an X-Acto knife blade. Oh, of course okay, it went away. This is an X-Acto knife blade, so I'm thinking it should cut through the jute. Because hey, Gail. So a regular wood burner won't. But you have these other pieces, and I don't know what's what. I do know that, like, this is a leaf pattern. So that's a typical wood burning, because it makes it look like a leaf of a tree or whatever, you know. Then you've got, like, I think these, because my old man said something about the tips of them being rounded or something. These two are really rounded. I'm sorry. They're round. I don't know. But I really, you know, we'll figure that out later. I just wanted to show you. This one has got a point. It's like it almost looks like a flathead screwdriver. The others, this is an actual point. I know it's not showing up good, but that's a point. And then this one is kind of like a knife cutting. I know I've seen several people use this one on a typical wood burning for the mesh. But I want to try the knife blade first. And I do have out some scrap burlap mesh that I was going to cut. So let me get my hands to working. But while we're waiting on this to heat up, I'll show y'all my things I didn't show you yesterday because I meant to, Sally. So, y'all say hey if you're on, and if you are, tell me where you're from. Y'all, I'm on the east side of Birmingham, Alabama. I'm about 10 minutes from downtown. And if everybody get out of my way, I can get there in 5. I've never seen that blade. That's what I was telling you. That's the X-Acto knife blade. And, you know, right here. Hold on. This is an actual, just X-Acto, okay? Now look, this is pieces, parts, and all. Because I've had it for a long time. See all these different knives? That is different knives that goes to an X-Acto, okay? You got the handle, you got the piece you put that in to be able to cut. like if you wanted to cut out a design out of your cardboard. But now the thing is, y'all, when I first started making these designs, you know, I told you I started making because of the football. My group was Bama Crafters. It still is Bama Crafters. But y'all, I just seen Facebook said we could link our profile, which is your personal page. Your personal profile is your Facebook account. But it said as a business, you can link them and I don't know, advertise there too? I don't know. I got to reread because you're not supposed to. But I think they're saying they're changing up some of their rules. But I was trying to straighten these out so y'all can see all these different blades. My point is when I first started doing this, making these wreaths, the football teams, y'all, I'm in Alabama, you know, so I know we're not doing real great on football this year, but hey, roll tide, I'm still a Bama fan. You ain't gonna change me. I don't care. We've been worse. We've been way worse. But anyway, we were cutting out different, you know, mascots and footballs and helmet looking, you know, shapes and stuff. So I just realized, y'all, I'm slow. I just realized this is supposed to be glued right here. But look, there's the knife shapes right here that's imprinted. I just now realized that's the knife shapes. Who knew? But that's an X-Acto knife. And you can cut, you know, paper and all kind of stuff. These are new blades. But anyhow, point being, my girlfriend took the X-Acto knife, brand new, and she was trying to cut something out of the cardboard. And she broke that knife to pieces. But she was actually trying to cut through a heavy-duty corrugated box. Not just a regular piece of thin box, you know, not a typical box. I'm going to plug, wait a minute, now I got to put my end in first. Hold up. Hold on. Oh, that's what that's for. Hold on. I was thinking, how am I going to put that knife in there because it don't have a screw thingy. Alright, hold on. That's probably what that little thing was for. Y'all, I should probably read directions, but, you know, hey, I'm just one of the people who just go with it. Alright. Me and y'all over here. Alright. So, y'all please be sure to share the page out. We got it hanging a wreath on the doors and all the things. I think this... No. I may have to stop and read directions. Because it is not... Don't you know? Hold the line, because it's not like... See, the blade doesn't have a screw. See, all these other pieces screw on. This is just a blade. So now I got to figure out how to attach my blade down. I don't know. So, hey, Shirley. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, yeah, okay. She had said hey to you and it bumped it away. Okay. Hey, Shirley. How are you today? Yeah, I enjoyed doing that craft yesterday. That was so much fun. I forgot about it because I made chili and then I made a banana pudding. And then I'm like, I was laying there watching, you know, just looking up some stuff because I was wanting to see how to do my reels of a live video and fast forward and yada yada. So anyway, point being, I forgot about the replay and I'm like, ah! So I was like, I gotta watch this. That was so much fun. And y'all, it was my box. You know, after I went and checked the plug, I noticed that I don't think it had messed up anymore, or I don't think it did. So it had came loose when I was over there looking for cords. Okay. I should have probably read this before, but y'all, you know. I just ain't that kind of person. I've been trying to read other things. Before use, you know. General operating instructions. For wood burning, it is best to use wood with fine grained patterns such as walnut and cedar. When working with leather craft, move tip more quickly to prevent overburning of leather. Who knew? They did. Clean and store the tool indoors out of reach of children. But I never thought about it doing leather. That's pretty cool too. So if you're leather, you know, people stamp all kind of names and such. You know, back when we were kids, having those leather bands that snapped, having your name and all that stuff, that used to be the thing. It was here when I was a kid. Okay, let's see. Wood burning. How about how to put the thing together, people? Do we have that? Do we have how to put it together? Probably not. Okay, let's see. It's got a diagram. I gotta look at my diagram. Hold on, let me see if that tells me. Okay. Oh, they got a little coily thing right here, and I haven't never seen that before either. Okay, let's see. Let's see a hair. Okay, let's see a hair. So 21 is my knife blade. And that ain't, I don't know, it stops at 15 and it tells all the pieces. Description. Pointed soldering tip. Script wood burning tip. Connector, chisel soldering tip. Dear baby Jesus. Cable, shank, snap joint, connecting strip, screw, pipe, rivet, plate, sleeve, copper pipe, sleeve, tube, heating wire, mica plate, copper wood burning tip, grating wood burning tip, chisel soldering tip, connector, script tip holder. Yeah, we may not get to do it. I don't know. It's not telling me. Wood piece and work area setup. Operating instructions. Plug the power cord into the outlet. Well, wait for it to burn. Okay, well, that's waiting for it to heat up. Hold on. It should be right here. It should be. That don't mean it will be. Nope. Wood burning safety. Power tool use and care. Okay, I'm going to get a little frustrated. I didn't notice that was, I didn't ever think about that not screwing in like all the others. I'm going to have to Google. It's going to be a Googling kind of morning or afternoon, y'all. It's been raining here today, y'all. It is cold and raining. Y'all, thank y'all for being here. If y'all are interested in this wood burner, this is worth holding on because you want to know how to do it. We're going to figure it out. Do not use the wood burner near a near flammable materials. It's all flammable. Wood is flammable. Power tool plugs. Avoid body contact. Do not expose. Do not abuse the cord. I'm gonna have to Google. It don't even tell you. No. I don't know. It's like no sense making. No making sense. I mean, that would work, but I don't. Let me lay that down. I'll be stabbing my hand on it. Oh, geez. Extension cords. Okay, no. How to put it together, please. Operating. Workpiece and work area. Route the power cord along a safe route. Well, you don't have much route to have to take. Plug the cord. Cover the heated tip with rosin core solder. I'm not soldering. I'm trying to cut. Cleaning, maintenance, lube. Are you kidding? Cut stencils, fuse plastic, shape styrofoam. Yeah, great for styrofoam too. Solder small parts. This is not going to make me happy. This is not going to make me happy. Hold the line, please. Samantha has to Google. Because it's not telling me. It's not telling you how to put it together. I mean, obviously it's simple if you just screw it in, but this does not just screw in. Okay. Wood burner knife tip. Knife pointed wood burning tip tool tip product allows for more versatile use of your wood burning tool for use with wood burning tool number. Not the same number. See? Hot knife. That was like a soldering tip. Tips and their uses. As a 2-minute video. Wire nib 5. Wood burning tip. Here we go. Okay. See, it's showing. Okay. This one has a slit in the top. So the slit. I think. It just shows it together right there. Okay. And then you slide your knife down in there. Okay. And why couldn't you just tell me that in the book? That would make too much sense. So I'm going to assume that's going to tighten that. How's this? Hold line. We got the other piece. This little doomer hickety. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to say it does. No, they don't go up this so far. I don't think, I mean, in a knife, it would tighten it as it goes. Hey Pam, how are you, girl? Trying to figure out my new knife. I was trying to see if this will, I don't know how to make that get tight. I don't know, that's got to have, that's not. It's got to, this has got to go on it, I guess. Hold on. This has got to go together. I would think it does. That's my thought. But they don't expose the whole screw. On a regular knife, it does have that little piece that cups up over it. Hold on, maybe it does. I don't know. Hold on. Y'all, these knives get really sharp too. But my girlfriend did break that first one. Yeah. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so it does go on. It does tighten it as you go. I didn't think it did. It didn't act like it was going to. Yeah, so it does. Okay, so you've got that sleeve. You put that tip into the sleeve. Then your knife goes out there on that. And then as you tighten it, it stays. But it will, and it can rock back and forth. That's the thing, is when she was doing it through that hard cardboard, it just broke the whole thing. So, I'm hoping it'll stay in there tight. I wish, that's one thing I don't like about X-Acto, is because they do slide a little bit. But hopefully it'll get hot enough we don't have to put much pressure. Alright, so I'm going to heat this up, and while we're waiting, I'm going to show y'all what I meant to show y'all yesterday. You know, we did our owl design, and then we talked about the other things we could do. Now, this is my little caddy, but y'all, it did come with a better caddy. I don't know, maybe not wide enough. I don't know. This one's different. Alright, but it'll still go. It's got 2 ribs right here, where this one, oh, well, I jerk everything off this desk up here. I'm going to be real mad. So that's got just the 1 rib right here. That one's got 2. Okay. So. And when you plug it up, there is no on and off. The old one has an on and off right there. This one has no other button when you plug it up. Oh, wait a minute. I think it did up here. Didn't it? No. No. When you plug it up, it's on. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to let that get good and hot for a minute. I'm going to show y'all. Okay, so wow, this I bought from Harbor Freight, this blade set right here I'm just pulling out. This one was bought from Walmart for, back then I think I paid like $7, $8. This one wasn't but $9.99 from Harbor Freight. So I thought, well, and I was just going to get the tip, but I'm glad I went ahead and got the whole thing because it probably worked better with it, you know. But anyway, I don't know what this is for. I think it's something to do with soldering. I don't know, y'all. I ain't never soldered. I know my daddy used to. It's been a long time. You don't hardly see nobody solder anymore. Hold on, I can't read comments because I'm still on my Google thing. Hold on. All right, so it comes with this lovely little case. The other wood burner, it was just in a package, you know. You tear it open and boom, there's your product. So anyway, I'm going to keep my little directions. Not that they're very helpful, but we're going to keep it together. And again, this is what it's called. It's Chicago Electric wood burning 5-in-1 hobby. It's got a number 63850. It's 3 soldering tips and 4 wood burning tips, fusing tip, tool, and safety hanger. Oh, that's what else I was going to say. There's a hanger thing. Let me get my mouse this way. Let me get back to my page. There we are. Oh, here's the hanger thing. You just you just balance it in that, which is better than what the others has, because the other one's just a little piece of flimsy. Hey, Susie, how are you, girl? Y'all didn't see yesterday's live. Y'all got to go back and watch yesterday's live. That was so much fun. It really was. I enjoyed that. I had so much fun. And we made a snowflake out of plastic clothes hangers. And I leave my glue gun on. I leave mine on all the time. You better make sure you unplug it when you're done. Yeah, I always unplug my hot gun, my heating. I unplug this, and I unplug my heat gun, my hot air gun, you know, or dry. You know what I'm talking about, the blow dryer. Because that button, and this came from, I think I got this one from Harbor Freight too. But that button can be easily, you know, my dog come in here and step on it or something, and it gets fire hot, y'all. So does this. And obviously this is wood burner, so it will burn through your wooden floors or whatever. One girl dropped it in her carpet. Yeah, that was fun. And, but these two things I always cut off. My hot glue, I don't worry about, but it's in a glass tray. It's not, unless, you know, like my old man comes in here and he leaves it halfway dangling off the table, then we have a problem. To which he did the other day. Come on, face this little room. Okay. Who's lost? Kelly, what? Wait. You love your chair. We just got home from your brother's. I am so sorry. Brother-in-law's funeral. I'm sorry for your loss, honey. I'm so sorry. Hey, Pam. Carol got her new chair. Kelly, how are you doing? I was thinking about you yesterday and today. Thinking about how I need somebody to help share this stuff out. How are you doing? I really was thinking about you yesterday and today. We just got home. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm so sorry. Sally, you said the other day you left it on by accident, I guess, right? I think it was you. And I was like, I think it was you. You said it got really hot, yeah. Okay. All right, so we're waiting on that. Okay. Sorry. He sat for a long time. I'm sorry. What was wrong with him, Carol? And how comfy is that chair, Carol? All right. So inspired by my owl. Y'all, these are going to be so darn cute. They're going to be 3 different designs, okay? And I don't know if I'll do them all, or I will do one and then wait for somebody to order one because they're plush items. And so, use it but my table. Use it but my table. I started a new job a few months ago. Did you, girl? Got a new job. Okay, well, it keeps bopping around off until Thursday. My granddaughter has the flu. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, at least you get a minute. At least you get a little break. How's your grandbaby? Okay, are y'all ready? These came from Tractor Supply. Okay? They are so cute. Alright. Number 1. Y'all. It's a bull. It's I don't know why they put rattly paper in him, but they did. They did. I don't know. I thought maybe it was an animal toy, because at first I did find some little animal toys. Y'all, he's so soft. He is so soft. But y'all look how cute he is. But he's got long dangly legs and long dangly arms. I think he is a cutie. Yes, it burnt your table. Okay. Dog toy. It's not. I mean, I get that, but I guess. But the ones that I had seen, there was a gingerbread. There was and I meant to post it. I'll probably put it in my make a reel out of it. And I should have done that. But okay, so there was a gingerbread, a couple of different, a gnome, a Santa gnome kind of thing, and there was about 5 or 6 things. But they did squeak. I started to get it anyway, because I mean, who's gonna be squeezing on it on a wreath, you know? But then I came across these. Okay, so there's our cow. But yeah, I don't know. He's so soft. I don't know if you'd want a dog. He's good for the kids. He is cute, maybe for a baby. That's what I'm saying to you, fam. All right. Moose. Y'all, how cute. Is he just not cute? I got some big, I think I've got enough, like, big grapevines. And I just think that would be so cute. You know? Make it again woodsy. Is he not cute? Again, he's got a scrunchy belly. Okay, this one makes me think about Shrek. I love him. I love him too. And we have Donkey. He don't make no noise. He's just a stuffed little toy. Y'all. And listen, they had, y'all know, Tractor Supply. Yeah, Tractor Supply. Think about where I was going. They're just right down the road here. Well, he is so cute. He's not, you know, he's, how tall? Let's see. He is, with our ears and all, he's probably about 11 tall with his ears to his feet. And then he is about a good 12 inches long. So he's pretty good little size, you know. So, but he is so cute. But I couldn't leave him. Oh, he's got a little collar. Let's see. It feels like a little leather, but it's tag. It's got a little tag down his throat. Aurora. Okay, and then it says, like, Aurora is the registered name for the company, I guess. And then it's Miyone. No, Miyone. Miyone. I know it's backwards, but Miyone Toys. Let's see if y'all can see it. Let me get it. I was going to say, yeah, there we go. So, oh, sorry. I was looking at the camera and got, that's what I do when I'm filming something and I'm watching it. I'll be looking at something and my hand goes over here and y'all miss it. But he is cute. Miyone. But those are cute. And then I just got a couple of rolls of ribbon. I don't know how long they are. It never said. But I bought them anyway. So, they're kind of burlappy. So, red and then a beige with snowflakes. And they're 3 inches. Oh, I thought I done hit that burner. Yeah, they're 3 inch. Okay, so that was my little cute thingies. I meant to show them to y'all yesterday, but I did take a group photo of them in the car afterwards because I was gonna show them to y'all, and then I thought, well, I'll wait till live. So, y'all, and Donkey. I need a Shrek to go with Donkey. That would be too cute. I think they're cute. So y'all let me know which one y'all would want to see put together in a design first. Cow, moose, or donkey. I'm thinking either the cow or the... I really like the moose one. I love them all. I love them all. The farmhouse with the bull, though, you know? I said cow, but bull. Bull. Okay. Then... Alright, so that was that. This was the goodie stack right here. So, and then I got just a couple of, that was my shiny, plus this is my shiny. I was telling Sally I bought some new shiny things. But she said, where'd you get shiny? And then, oh, y'all, you know, we did this the other day. I didn't glue nothing in because I just wasn't sure. But I seen somebody make a snowflake out of the white trees the other day. It was cute. We'll have to do that. But look what I put on here. Y'all see the antlers? Because it was just, you know, why not kind of thing. It's just till I decide to use them somewhere. The bull. I'm thinking like that would probably sell fastest because everybody's into the home. Yeah, I was trying to see if it was hot. It is hot. Okay, let's get this party started. Now I did start over on the cross. I know some of y'all are just now getting here, so I have a different way I'm gonna do it. This is a piece of old material I've got, burlap. I love this. I love this for the country. What's the great idea? What's a great idea? Oh, the snowflake with the trees? Yeah. Those are cute. Thank y'all. Yes. Thank you, Kelly. Pam. Love him too. I do. I love him. It's a dog toy. I'm glad y'all knew that. I'm going, y'all, I don't buy my... Look, when I first got Dottie, which is the small dog, the B-I-T-C-H. Oh, he had dementia. And had quit eating. I'm so sorry, Carol. But like, you know, like you said, he is no longer hurting us. And how you like your new job there, Kelly? You still with me? She may be gone. You know, I hate thinking about people suffering, and you know they do. There's so much. Y'all, I didn't know, and I was watching Hard Working Mom last night, and it was a replay, so it was a replay, because it was late. But there's a crafting lady who, okay, it's a job, it's okay, it's a job, right? Hey, pays the bills. But y'all, there was a crafting lady, do you know who I'm talking about, Kelly? She went by the nickname Al, and I got a screenshot of the company name, or the whole page name, but she passed away suddenly from being septic. You'd love Maine, has moose everywhere, and walking around. And moose stuff in stores. We have them in Connecticut, but I have seen any. You haven't seen any yet, just post sightings. We have deer that walk through our front yard, especially here too, but not really through our yards here as much as where I used to live over there in the country. They literally, because I have a creek that runs through our yard, and so they follow the water, you know. So, but we have them walk through our yards, and I gotten so close to them. I took my it was a camera back then, but I was probably about 7-8 feet from him. Walked up to him and took his picture. At my mother-in-law's up in Tennessee, God rest her soul. They literally, I have deer. You do too. Where are you at, Kelly? I can't remember. I can't remember, and I'm sorry. I have deer all over. I haven't seen anything about it. Okay, do you know her? Do you know Al? I know her name, but I've never seen her. That I know of, and I'm like, oh, you know, and of course, hardworking Mom Lori, they were really close, and but she had went into the hospital, Kentucky. I was thinking Tennessee. I was thinking that way. Okay, so my mother-in-law then lived in Hendersonville, in Tennessee, and which is about 20 minutes on the other side of Nashville. All right, y'all. Here, I'm gonna try this real quick. Now, again, y'all, if y'all are new, I'm using tempered glass underneath. But said that she had a UTI that had got septic, and the hospital didn't catch it. I don't know how you don't catch an infection that's running through someone's body. I don't understand, but you know, we're not supposed to understand everything. And something, you know, it happens, of course, but you get septic, you think that's pretty common, and they should have caught that in my mind. But I hate that for her family and friends, so if y'all are friends or know of her, I'm not familiar. I just think that's so sad. And you know, being septic is very, extremely highly dangerous. Because it... No. It ain't gonna do. Well, that stinks. You see it getting hot. Well. Now, some lady did make a note that it did good on the jute. And this ain't doing nothing. I mean, nada, zip. I was thinking since it was a knife that it might do better. But it ain't done nothing. I wonder if I could... Okay. You don't recall... I can't recall an owl. No, O-W-L. Owl. Like a hoo-hoo-hoo owl. Hoot owl. Her nickname was Owl. And, it's Al something. Oh, gosh. I unplugged... Hold up. I unplugged the glue gun instead of... Oh, my gosh. Hold on. I want to change this blade out. Okay. So, let me see if it's on these photos right here. I don't know. I did a screenshot, but I don't know if it'll update it to here. Discard, comment, discard, because I don't even know what the heck I did. Who knows now? Okay. Pictures. Let me see if it tells me. No, this is only going to Saturday. Let me see if it's on my computer. No, it ain't gonna be on this computer. I was gonna go get me a new phone. And I may do that after the live. Dang, that makes me ill about my, hold on a minute and I'll tell you what it is. Hold on just a second. But it was a hoot owl name. Hold on. Let me go right here. Hold on, I'll tell you. Because I need this to cool down for a minute. Not Al Be Crafty. No, I know her. No, different Al. Because that's what I thought too. That's the only Al I knew. Okay. Okay, right here. Okay.
There it goes.
Okay. Let me turn her down a bit. Okay, let me go here to the comments. Oh, good. Go back up. Go to the comments. Okay, let me turn her down. Her page name. Everybody was like, I'm so sorry to hear about Ow. Okay, hold on. Let's see. This says 2 weeks ago. I thought this was the other day. Because she just said the date, I thought. Oh, okay, 11 days ago. 2 weeks ago. My bad. It was 2 weeks ago. I thought this just happened because I was watching it last night. And like I said, I knew it was a replay, but I thought she said like the 16th. So I don't know. I misunderstood, but it's been 2 weeks. Everybody says the name. Hold on. Let me go up. She'll say it in a minute. If y'all are ever on
YouTube, she has a grandchild that she.
Hold on.
Is what happened.
Okay, hold up. Come on.
Very tragic. She has 2 grown children. She has a grandchild that she adored.
Okay.
Very tragic. She had. She passed away from. So on the top it'll look different because we're going to just do 2 ruffles on the top. She passed away from sepsis.
Sorry, are y'all there?
Very tragic. She has 2 grown children. She has a grandchild that she adored. I'm sure he is going to be very devastated.
I thought she said her name.
So hard.
Maybe it was before that. Hold on. I won't say what the name was.
There we go.
Come on.
So on the top it'll look different because we're going to... That's what happened.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, let me see. You guys gonna drive me nuts. Y'all know that. Let me stop this. Hold on. Catch. I'm sorry. I had to look. It's Owl, AOWL, Tech and Crafting. Owl Tech and Crafting. Sorry, y'all. I had to figure that out. It bothers me. You know, I don't know her, but I just, you know, it hurts my heart. But she got a kidney, a UTI, got septic, and passed in the hospital suddenly. But she had been to the hospital like the week before, they said. And so, okay, let me take this one off. But, yeah, Albie Crafty is the only one I knew at the time. But yeah, I just sad. It's sad. You know, things happen, but I don't know. Yeah, I had a UTI back, almost this time last year. It was me and a friend was at the store, but I went to the ER because I was hurt. I couldn't. It hurt so bad. Okay, it's warm, but it ain't hot. Okay, well, come off. But I go to the ER, and y'all, I'm not one to go to no ER. And I thought I was really going to have surgery. I really did. So I went to the hospital I really like. I haven't neither, but I know you know so many. That's one reason I was asking, because I knew you know more about a lot of them than I do sometimes. So it's sad regardless. You know, it's sad. Okay. Okay, so y'all, I drop everything because my hands hurt so bad. And so I had been over, and was at the Dollar Tree. And I'm like, we got to go. I said, I'm hurting so bad. I couldn't breathe. I could not hardly breathe. It was just taking my breath. And yeah, definitely fresh. So I told her, I said, call my man and tell him to get showered, get ready, and you got to go to the ER. I got to go to the ER. I cannot go the night like this. So we go to the hospital I prefer, because I thought I was going to have surgery for real. I'm going to try this one, which I don't think is going to work. The other is a very sharp point. This one here is more like a cutter looking blade, if you will. Let me take this apart. Well, maybe not. We'll leave it like that. I'm going to put the point down, though. Okay, so we go to the ER. That ain't going to work either because the lid ain't going to shut. And the one I thought, I'd rather go to if I had to have surgery, there were so many people. And I said, there was no one coughing. Of course, it's been a year ago now. Why is that not coming out of there now? I got it in there and won't come out. Okay, so we sat there for a good 10 minutes, and nobody said nothing. Nobody was moaning. It was so quiet. And the nurses and stuff, they didn't seem to be moving either. You know what I mean? It was just like nobody was doing anything to nobody for anybody. I said, let's just go back down to the ER that gets to you now, because they're very quick. So we go down there. And, of course, they take me straight back. Because I had got home from the Dollar Tree, y'all, and I used the restroom, and I had bled. And I've had a hysterectomy, that kind of thing, so I shouldn't be bleeding. And so I thought, okay, that ain't good. And so, and I was cramping, I was hurting, I couldn't breathe. I mean, I was just, oh, my stomach was bloated. I don't know. It was just a nightmare, really. But anyway, I'm I'm down there at the ER, and when I did a urine sample for them, but I didn't have no more blood, which thank God. But I didn't have no more blood. But I was still hurting, and she's sitting there asking me something, and I coughed, and when I did, something straight behind my left side, right behind your breast, straight back in your back, it felt like something went through there, and I mean, it went boom, and it hurt. It felt like something exploded inside me. I could not catch my breath. Tears were just, oh my, and I holding on to Chris going, I can't breathe. And he's like, ma'am, something's wrong. This, this showing, y'all, Samantha ain't going to the hospital. She ain't got to. I thought I was dying. And then he comes in there like, the nurse keeps asking me all these crazy questions. And I mean, something just exploded in my back. I still don't know. He said I had a UTI. I said, how'd that happen? How's that? Man. He said, well, you think ain't that long. Talking about your urethra. And I'm like, and he turns around and walks out. That is the only time that I've ever been down there and they'd be that short and not explain something. That really upset me because that hurt so bad. But he gave me some antibiotics and stuff, and I got better. But y'all still don't know what exploded in my back. I know, that's kidney stones. See, and another thing, I don't know. I didn't have no UTI symptoms. I didn't even, UTI, that was like, how, because you know when you got a UTI, you know. I know you know. Anyway, that's a long joke. I don't know. Something has bit me. Y'all know there's something in here biting on me. Let's give it just another second. I don't know. It could be. It could be. Somebody said something like, something of that nature. And it was something. I know it took my breath. And I think somebody said that it does hurt like that. I think I Googled it. Because I Google everything, y'all know. Well, and I try not to freak out over the Googles, especially medically. Because you get all these crazy answers. But y'all, I'm just like, I've never had anything like that. Ever. Girl, hurt like hell, that's an understatement. I had a kidney stone, multiple stones, and I always get multiple stones, and I always get a UTI and a kidney infection with them. They hurt like hell. Have you ever had it explode like straight behind your breast in your very back? Like, like where your lung would be. But I did cough. When I coughed, that's when it poof, and I mean, it felt like something just, I cannot describe how bad that hurt. I mean, it hurt. Giving birth was a day at the fair, That was a day at the fair compared to that. But I've never had that. But somebody else did say that they had something. I think that was what they had, was the kidney stone or something. And, yeah, I don't know, y'all. I'm upset. We got to find something that'll cut this. I don't understand. If this will cut wood, how does it not burn this little piece of jute? That's what I want to know. But it is cutting it for real. For real it is. But you got to let it sit there a minute. It's taking too long. I would not do it. I would not sit here that long. So, oh well. We'll just leave it plugged up in case we need it for our other pieces that we really might need to do some more cuttings. I don't know yet. Alright. Well, that was a bummer. That was a bummer. This is my other knife. I'm going to put it over here out of the way. Well, we tried. Yeah, it felt like something just it exploded. I mean, it feels like ripping and tearing. I don't know about ripping and tearing. It just felt like something literally just exploded. It felt like fireworks going off in your, on the backside. I don't know what it was. Yeah, right. I don't know. I still don't know, and it's been almost a year. Oh, well, it's been probably a little. It's been a little over a year now because October was when we lost my ex and my would have been grandbaby. But anyhows, that was sad. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I really don't. And I wish. I mean, I wish I did. I wish they could have gave me some answers. I know. I can't neither, Sally. I'm like disappointed big time. Because another lady said, yes, it cut. I know she said burlap because that's what got me going, oh, okay, well, she's had it work. But, you know, this is just jute run through, which is a burlappy, you know. It's the same thing as what a burlap would be, is jute. But, you know, this is jute and mesh. Of course, it'll burn the mesh, but it won't burn the jute part. Okay, so what we're going to do, I restarted, because y'all, that's the way I am. Now, what I did is I was going to go through and just attach it to these. Well, these slide because it bends the frame and it loosens the frame. So let me take these off real quick. Let me just cut these off. Oh, I did show y'all my new my tool cutter that we use for the zip ties. These work great. Those work really, really great. I just bought this. These are going back. Look at the handle. It's got a hole and something poking through and tore. These are my new wire cutters. They're just what I had. They're just a new pair. That's where the handle. Yeah, these are going to go back. That's one thing about Harbor Freight, is that some of their stuff is not highest dollar quality, but you know, a pair of dikes is a pair of dikes, but you don't pay a whole lot for it. You know what I mean? But some of their stuff is really great. Don't get me wrong. They got good stuff. Some things just ain't as good as others, you know. So, it just depends what it is you get. But they do sell a cheaper set of tools. But these are not expensive no matter where you go, for real. So, I never really had any that was defected like this. Excuse me. Well, come out there. Come out. Let me grab my other ones. Let me just put them down because they're going to make me mad. Them going to make me mad. I don't need to get no madder. So, stick with what works. But I do. These right here came from the Harbor Freight, and these work great. These are made for the zip ties. And let me show you one thing that makes it where it cuts it very flat. It makes your zip ties flat. You know, I'm always putting glue on top because I don't want to get poked. This is what I normally cut my zip ties with, which is a pair of what you call dikes. Alright, you see this back side is just flat. Okay? See this back side? How it's at an angle versus this one that's straight. That one's at an angle. So it cuts it flush. So that's what you want. These were, I think, $3.99. So, and I do have the VIN number. Get it registered and all, you can drive it. Well, I was going to tell y'all what it was. I think it's right here. Alright, because I know I've got some on here that wasn't on here yesterday. Y'all, if y'all didn't see yesterday's live, that was so much fun. Okay, micro flush cutter. Item number 90708. And this again from the Harbor Freight. There's your number. Okay? Alright, so I do like those. I have got to find some lotion now. This is bothering my arm. I thought I had some in here. I've always got stuff everywhere until I need it. I'm just itching. My arm is just itching. Oh, I did go find me. This I got from the Walmart, I think. I'm pretty sure I did. But it's a very purpley, glittery ribbon. And then I've got some dark gray, because we're going to change it up. The white, you know, made me mad. Oh, wait, yeah. We do need to cut these. I had one. So this is what I've done. I started with the light purple. Okay, and then I did the gray, and then I'm going to do the dark purple. And what I did is, you don't have to go so far. I think you could get away with And I did do them different where they look more like angel wing kind of look. But I think because my mesh is a little thinner right there, I'm going to kind of stack them on top. You could get away with 3 to 4 on each section, and it just depends on the mesh. So, golly, y'all, I've got to grab my lotion. Something, my whole arm is like coming off. Hold on, please. I was looking for my lotion. My arm's itching. Shush, I'm alive. I don't know what you're going to come out with. He thinks I'm crazy, y'all. Look how bad that itches. Look how bad that itches, y'all. My sister. It's a funny joke that my dad loves to tell. Not a joke, but a happening. That my he smashed his finger one day. And my sister, she was young, 10, 11, who knows. Anyway, he said, feel how that hurts. And she grabbed it. That was funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny. Alright, back to the square one. Now, instead of doing like I was doing here, this is what we're going to do. Okay? Alright. Yeah, that is the dark. I was going to say, we need dark. That is dark. That is dark. Alright, y'all. This is not going to take long. And a lot of people put flowers in the center. I'm going to make a bow. Okay? So, you will know you can do anything you want on it, obviously, just as anything else. I thought I dropped something. I guess I did. Alright, I'm not using the tubing because I didn't like that look. Okay? Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking my 10 by 10, okay? And we're folding it straight over. Now they have to be pretty like 10 by 10 or it won't line up correctly, okay? So, and I suggest burning it because it will reduce your fray and it's going to make your edges look better. So, as I say that, I want to make sure that okay. I was just making sure that these edges were okay. Alright, so fold it in a triangle. Okay? And then get it even Steven. I fold the tip twice. Not much, just a little bit, okay? Just 1, 2. Just a half inch or something. Then come up here. Straight up the center. My hands are now got the let me start that over. Okay, and then come up and pull them together. And then what you're going to do is I should do this. Now, I don't like that one, so let's try another. Hold on. Let me try one that I hadn't folded. Let's see, this one I think is just rounded. Okay, this one hadn't been done. Alright, let's see how it looks. Hold on. Actually, is that a 10 by 10? Yeah, no, maybe. No, it's not cut right either. Alright, let's just cut us some new fresh pieces. Let's just cut some fresh pieces. I've got some over here, but... Oh, wait, here's some. I was going to say, I did have some cut. Y'all, we cut a bunch of it the other day. Look, I got it. Okay, my bad. I am going to use both zip tie and pipe cleaner, and that is because I'm like, what did I just do with that heat thing? Now, I don't have any of these cut. I will have to cut those. Okay. Also, this is a piece of marble. It's heavy to where it can lay all that down really flat for me. Do what works for you. And I'm going to just re-cut and singe my edges just to keep it looking really nice, okay? It don't need much. It don't need much. Just a few spots did. Okay. You do got to keep it very precise on the 10 by 10. Otherwise, it's not going to fold evenly, okay? Y'all, I did not know what is up with my eyes. Well, I do know. I mean, I need to go get that other cataract surgery done. Everything, this, for some reason, out of the blue, all of a sudden, everything's got a glare. Okay? So. Let's see how that looks. Alright. Alright, so cross that over. That looks better. Okay. Then, like I said, I'm just going to fold that tip in. I'm going to fold it one more time. And then go straight up. And as you come, you want to pull those together. Okay. And then they're going to have the wing. Okay. Now, if you did it the other way, I'll show you the difference in just a second. Let me cut this little piece right here. Let me burn it. Just singe off if you get a little loose piece. That way it'll just keep looking pretty, you know. Now, you could do this with the burlap too. You know, you'd have to cut it, but it would look pretty. Alright, so, yeah, my OCD. OCD. It's because I want that edge to be nice. Because that's what people are going to see is that edge, okay? So, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. You know, I cut them in half. I just took regular pipe cleaners, cut them in half. I twisted it. Okay, now, because my hands don't cooperate real well, I'm going to go ahead and put my pipe cleaner. And you could actually use a half of a pipe cleaner. Okay, and I was doing that the other day, but I'm not going to worry about it right now since we're just trying to get done. Okay. Now, I twisted it. Try not to twist your pieces because you want them to lay. Well, you could do it either or. You do however you like, but I like this. I like it to lay like that. Okay. Okay. Alright, and then we'll cut the excess off. Okay. Now, let me show you the difference. This is the way I'm doing it now. Okay, the other day when we did them, and you can do either or, you know, it's up to you, whichever way you like it. Now, what I did the other day was we folded edge to edge in the center, corner to corner. Okay, and then I just kind of scrunched it up the center, and then made our little pieces. Okay, actually I was making it to be one. Remember, I was folding it over each other and made it look more like a leaf petal. Okay, like a flower petal, and that's pretty too. Okay, but I like this better. I just like the style better. So you can do either or. Do both. See which ones you like. Okay. So again, fold it in the center. I'm just gonna make a several up so I can then just put them on. Okay. Maybe if I can get my fingers and hands to work. Okay. It is raining here, so that obviously. I was hurting so bad last night. I could not sleep last night. I had such a bad headache. Oh my gosh. I took 2 or 3 leave, and then a couple hours later I took 2 or 3 more. So trying to make that to stay. And okay. And it depends on how you twist that mesh down at the bottom. Is how your petals. You do want to make sure that the tips are the same, length. Okay. But that just looks more like an angel's wing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, it's okay that it's not together. That's okay. It's the flare between the two sides that I like. That's what most people do like. All right. Keep it mashed flat with your fingers right there, and then get it either zip tied or twist. I'm just going to twisty it because, again, I can't do all the other things without, it going, saying I got that off. And that's a little too bad off, so I'm going to redo it. It got uneven. So I'm going to come back down. I'm hoping to get one of my lives fast forwarded and made into a reel later on here in a little while. If my hands didn't bother me so bad, y'all. Alright. Let's try it one more time. One more time, Miss Maddox. Let me do it on the table. I think when I do it on the table, it stays better. I don't know. Just try to do it in the air. Don't work real well. Okay. If you are lucky and fortunate to not have arthritis in your hands, please be so thankful. So thankful. It really hinders a lot of your things you do in a day. Alright. It hinders my stuff. Okay, y'all. Okay. Cut the edge off, the excess. Okay. And then we're just going to mash that little piece down into it. Okay. Let's cut some of our silver real quick. I still got to do some of all of it. Y'all, I forgot yesterday that me and Rebecca was going to plan to do that, and she called me, and I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I want to do another snowflake. I've got to order some clothes hangers, and it's because I want the ones that's got the little curly cues that you hang your sleeve blouse on. Y'all, let me tell you something. The better the mesh that you use on this design, the better you're going to like your design. It's like that white mesh. I'm like, no. I told her to begin with I liked the silver or white. I do like the white with it, but that white that I have was just really thin. Somebody said something about doubling it. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. I'll just do something different. Because it was such, y'all seen me the other day with it. It was a hot mess. You gotta stay in that one line. Best of your abilities. Because that's what's gonna help reduce your fray. That's what's gonna make your edge look nicer. Seriously? I probably need my other tip. I ain't used to this tip. Because it's a little wider. That's one thing. Yeah. I'm going to have to change my tip. Maybe I'll just heat the other gun up because that'll be quicker than me sitting here trying to wait on that really cool to change it. Hold on, let me line a cord. Oh, there we go. Give me this. This one's fine. But see, I've got the little bitty point on there, and it's a lot thinner, and it goes in that line a lot better. So, my apologies, y'all. I was trying. I know a lot of people use that blade I got, but I'm just not used to it, I guess, because I've been doing this one for so long. So it's, you know, you get used to something. Get off. Alright. Let's go ahead while we're waiting on that. We'll go ahead and curl up some of our others. Okay, that one was a little ratty. Alright, so we're going to come right here. Corner to corner. So y'all think I were to do the bull on the next little animal we decide to do? And I know, I don't know, some of y'all may not have been on here when I was talking at the very beginning about my internet yesterday. I think it got better after I went and rechecked my plug outlet, because my, I had went over there looking for an extension cord and stuff, and I think I had loosened one of them wires that will go to my internet. You gotta go straight up the center. Straight up the center, dog. Yeah. Another song coming out of my head. You want to kind of get them to turn like their backs to each other, you know what I'm saying? So that has a lot to do with how you do your bottom and not let it twist on you. Okay. So it does look like the Harley Davidson wings almost, for real. Alright. You let him. Did the video get better yesterday after I did the after I checked the internet line? On my replay, I think it did. I was just double checking with y'all while it was live, you know. Because that, you know, I very rarely have internet troubles. And see, this is a good mesh here too. It's really thick. Okay. So again, the better the mesh, the better the design's going to be. Y'all can't see, okay. Yeah, good. Okay. I wish I'd have thought about that, you know, and had known that I had loosened that wire. Because I remember when I went in there to check the plug, one of the plug boxes, it wasn't all the way in. It was barely loose though, but I mean, it made it bad enough to not want to upload. See, when right now, I'm uploading information to y'all. You're downloading information. So it works differently. And it has to have more juice and signal and all that kind of good stuff. See, those are so pretty, y'all. I just think this is a better, prettier design pattern. Okay. And you really, depending, like I said, you could go on the back, on your cross, you could go and put a space 2 to 3 inches between each. And again, that kind of depends on the quality of your mesh, or if you do have a thinner mesh, double it up. Because it doesn't take that much mesh. Again, you're cutting a 10 by 10 square, so you get a good bit of product, you know, a good bit of cuts, and you don't need that many. So, you know, my mind never shuts down. Why don't you get one of those trowel that they use for plaster? What am I going to plaster? What are we troweling, Carol? What are we talking? What are you talking doing with it? Okay, you talking about like the thing that they put the grooves in the plaster, like tile flooring? That's what trowel. Or are you talking about the bucket that holds the mud when you do like shit? I don't. You know, get a little bit more to. What are we doing with it? One, what are we doing with it? And two, are we mud sheetrocking, or are we doing the floors? We're doing the wall. I got one little piece sticking out right here, y'all. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing, Carol? Hold your mesh and cut it with a burner. Oh, you talking about a mud knife? I can come out one of these. I got it, girl. Instead of me using this big old piece of marble. Is that what you're talking about? The mud knife? This is called a putty knife, or a mud, you know, it's a mud knife. But that would, I mean, that'd give you a straight dang edge. But I mean, you still need to stay in that same line. Yeah. You still got to stay in that same line, which that'll hold it. And yeah, you still got to balance and hold like this and cut like that, you know. Or you can lay it flat, I guess, like that, and just go down the edge. We'll try that. Let's try it, Carol. We got it out. Let's try it. Lay it on the edge, yeah. We shall see. I'm always up for a new trick, you know. Watching Hardworking Mom, she's got this little mesh holder thingy, and it looks like it's so much more complicated than helpful, though. I don't know, but you know, but my hands hurt. But maybe, you know, everybody's pain's a little different. But she used to always use a chip clip, right? Well, now it's like a letter U. It's like shaped like a letter U, but it's real close, and it's got a little opening, and you can adjust your mesh and get it all on there really like you want it, yada yada. I'm thinking, by the time you just did all of that, but you can just leave it in it and sit it there and walk away. Well, you can do that with a chip clip too. I don't know. To each his own. I don't know who come out with it, but you know, everybody's trying to make something to help somebody. So we'll try that in a minute. But yeah, to do a straight edge, that's once. I usually don't have much trouble, but for some reason, something is just not. I don't know if it's my lighting, y'all being moved. Maybe y'all, I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with the video, but the camera stand, the phone stand. You make me nervous. Gonna burn your fingers. Oh, girl, look, been there. Carol, how long you been around here, girl? I did burn my hand with the burner the other day. I touched the top of my arm with it, the top of my hand with it. Y'all remember that? That's just, you know, the glue gun now. That, y'all, Dusty was on one night. I think it was me and my sister-in-law, and it was really late, and I told Dusty the other day, Pam, have y'all got your bag of stuff yet? Y'all let me know when y'all get them. Y'all should be getting them any minute. They should be getting there. Okay, but I had dripped, oh yeah, same thing. I thought it was a new, I had dripped hot glue on my thumbnail, on the side. Hold on. I'm getting that into the, hold on, let me start that over. Let's see, I had that folded, and then it came undone. But I dripped hot glue on the nail bed, the cuticle side, the cuticle of my nail. They have them that have handled in the center. Dusty, and no, I haven't received it yet. Y'all, I didn't even know you was on here. How are you doing, lady? Speaking y'all up. Hold on. I know Pam just said something, but Carol's message booted it up. Hold on. Y'all should be getting this thing. You know, I sent you the tracking number. So, y'all can look. My package, I thought it was going to be here today. It said tomorrow that I ordered some stuff. So, and you know, just the seasons. But y'all know what? They didn't charge me when I did the shipping thing. It was like $8 to ship that, but that's okay. I mean, I was expecting it to be more, but it said something about they wasn't going to charge. They have that with a handle in it. What? They have what with a handle in it? They have that with a handle in the center. They have them that have a handle in the center. Let me know as soon as... Oh, I'll let you know. Okay, yes, thank you, lady. I have got to get shots in my back. Oh, I need them. But no, I'm going Christmas shopping tomorrow. Right? I used to do the pain blocks often, and now I try to not have them, because the longer you can do without that, the better off. The better it does when you do have them. So, alright, see how that's cut and it's left that fraying, and then there's that one below it and all that. That's what makes the frays if you get out of that line. So with that being said, Carol, alright, so we got to go back up here. See, and that's okay, but I don't know. Well, let's just see. Carol afraid. Carol scared. I'd be scared too. Look. Okay, so Dusty, you remember that time? Literally, it was me and Tippy was here. I dripped that glue right there on the thumbnail, y'all, and I went to smear it. And when I did, skin and all, woof, that was hot glue. Talking about surgery, and I said no. Oh, yeah, no. Look, they ain't cutting on me as long as I can walk. If I can walk, I do need it on my neck. I do need it on my neck. This is Carol inspiration right here, y'all. Hold on. We're going to see if I can get it lined up. Because Carol said so. Carol said she was scared. She was scared. I wish it was all the way long. Nope, that didn't do it. I probably didn't get my knife thing level. Yeah, but I do need to do my neck surgery, because I have a fracture at the C2 and 3, and y'all, sometimes it don't bother me, and here lately it don't do anything but bother me. So my neck will just get to hurting so bad. I think that may be part of why I'm getting such headaches. But I used to have pain blocks in my neck and in my back, and I've done it since early 2000. And you know, they'll do a pain block every, like, I guess for a year. Every quarter they'll do one. Is what the law is now, or what their procedure is now. I just can't keep it in the line, y'all. Good gravy is my problem. Maybe I need to turn it over. That might help. You know why? Because it's already ready to curl under, and therefore it held it. It held it in place better. Alright, let me just kind of touch it up. One more spot. Turn the mesh over, it'll curl down. They were talking, yeah. Well, back in the 90s, y'all, 95, I just started working with the company I worked for 10 years doing staffing. Well, anyway, let me just go ahead and straighten up my other edges on these real quick, and then we just roll and go. Alright, so straighten up these. Yeah, aim your mesh downwards, one, like it'll curl down, because that's helping it stay in place instead of me sitting here trying to hold it and fight it because it's trying to curl up, okay? So hold it down. And if Carol's watching you, be careful. She'll make her nervous. That one's fine. I don't know why that just dawned on me about the difference of the turning. But, okay, so the 95, I went to the doctor and my back, and he's like, well, it's all bone on bone. He said, I can cut on you, but it won't do you no good. He said, so I'm like, well, look, I don't want to be cut on. So if it ain't going to do no good, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And he's the one that I'm actually going to now that wants to do the surgery on my neck. My aunt and my cousins had that surgery. I think we talked about that, but it's just hurting so bad lately. It's just hurting so bad. But I have went years without the pain block. And then I went to a different doctor because I was seeing a doctor that was doing my pain blocks, and He was good. I didn't have no problems. But my dermatologist, my rheumatologist retired. So he sent me to another pain clinic, to which I hate a pain clinic. I'm not even going to lie. I hate pain clinics because they don't care. But I will tell you this. The man that I got, he made me choose between 2 different medications. So I decided I better keep the one that keeps me from brutally hurting others. You get tired of hurting. Oh, girl. I've hurt since I was 13 years old. I mean, for real. And people don't get it. And I get this crazy lady at Walmart telling me I don't deserve to be sitting there in the dang handicap. Who are you to tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing? You know, you don't know me. Just because I don't look disabled or hurting, promise, my crap be hurting. Y'all, my feet be killing me. Oh, my knees, my ankles. You know, it's rheumatoid, y'all. It affects every joint in your body. But it does. But my neck, y'all, my neck. Okay, so the doctor, okay, my neck's got the fracture at C2 and 3. But my aunt and them's had that done, and it's to help the stability. And I think that's another thing, y'all, is some of this is a little thinner. And that's okay, but it's harder for me to see. I was too young to be having cataract. Well, too young to be having arthritis at 13 too, but oh well. God said differently. You know, it's just crazy. You pay over there for your medical. Yes. Yes. Now, I personally, with my insurance and the way my stuff's been set up since I retired, if you will, I have to pay so much a year, and then the rest of it's, you know, once I reach that payment that I've paid in through the year, then I don't have to pay no extra. So right now, you know, usually, sometimes it depends on what all I'm on, which now I can't take nothing. Okay, but that's what I was talking about, the pain doctor. Well, he told me to choose between 2 medications. And so, okay, pain pills don't really do a whole lot for me. Ibuprofen really does more for me than anything. The bad thing about ibuprofen is my reflux. Now they know that never closes. My esophagus never closes. Well, ibuprofen is bad to eat your stomach up. So, but I can eat that and get better relief than I can from a pain pill. I don't know. So, I need my nerve pill so I don't kill somebody. I shouldn't have said that on live. I'm sorry. You know what I mean, though. I'm just saying. Somebody get crazy. But not the KIL anyway. We lucky we got this. We're lucky we get, NHS. We get Medicare. Now, look. Y'all, I did not, my mother used to ask me all the time, what other insurance you got besides Medicare? Because on disability, you know, you have to have worked X amount of hours to get Medicare. Care for the elderly, aid for the poor, okay? And so, I got Medicare, care. But I didn't know, that you could have another, like Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, which I have United Healthcare. And, you know, yeah, that's one reason I hadn't been to the eye doctor and stuff in so many years, is because none of that would be paid by Medicare. Because Medicare, if it's not like hospital or like a routine doctor's kind of thing, you ain't getting it. You ain't going to no dentist, you ain't going to no eye doctor, you ain't doing nothing. But nobody ever said, oh, well, you can have other insurance. No one ever said that. I didn't know, but now I do, and so I do, and now I do, and I go, and all the things. Now, but with just a Medicare, no, I wouldn't. And I've always gotten extra help with my prescriptions because of the income, but, I mean, I do. You're paid according to what you've worked in. A friend of ours has worked, you know, he has his own business kind of thing. He does what Chris does. This guy worked actually for Chris's daddy back in the day, for years, for decades. Well, anyway, you know, he should have had all his hours in to work, and he hasn't, so all he's getting is Medicaid, and Medicaid will only approve so much stuff. You know, you can't just go anywhere like you can with Medicare. Medicare, you can pretty much pick your own doctors and stuff. Medicaid, you can't, because that's paid by the state. You know, it's more for the, like I said, the poor. So you get basic stuff with them. Hold on. Let's see. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right, let me cut a few silver. I probably got more purple than I need, but anyway, we're good. So now I have United Healthcare. I've had that for several years, or a lot. Well, probably a good 5+ years now. But I mean, I never knew. You know, you can't help what you don't know. You know, Mama asking me what other insurance. You know, when I said I don't know what you're talking about, she just said, "Well, you can get something besides just Medicare." You know, no one ever said that. No one. No one. So I didn't know. You can't just know everything, y'all. So, but with Medicare, you can't get Medicare unless you've worked X amount of hours in your life. You have had to work it to get it. And so our friend he's missing like literally, I think you've got I don't even know how many hours now that you've got to have worked in your life. And because it's so much you pay in for Medicare. Because that's you will, when you work here in the States, I'm hot. He's got the heat on 90, I think. My hair's got to go up. Okay, so here in the States, when you work, you will be cut Medicare. Medicare is gonna get it. They're part of their money that comes out of your paycheck. Okay, it's part of your taxes. Okay, now you can claim exempt. Did that? You can claim exempt on your paycheck, and on your paycheck though you're gonna be cut nothing but Medicaid, because Medicaid ain't gonna get theirs. Okay, so with that being said, but then if you do that, then you're gonna owe at the end of the year, like I did, and because you know I had to have my money because Samantha was the only one working. Because God forbid other people go to work. Hold one line. Let me go cut this heat down because I'm about to roast. It's hot. If you're still cold, cut that heater on in there. I'm burning ups. Huh? Well, why is the heat blowing 90 mile an hour? I cut it to 70. If it don't go off, go cut it off at the breaker, please. Okay. So, oh, sorry, I left the light on. So I claimed exempt on my taxes for a whole year. Well, guess what? Samantha had to pay that back. So I owed, and so then my entire pregnancy, I had moved to Tennessee, and I worked. Disability, you have had 29. That's what I was trying to think. Credits for yourself, or I was thinking 40. Or for your spouse to get the benefits is still 40. I was thinking 40 was in my mind, but I wasn't sure if I was mixing that with 40 hours a week. You know, in my payroll mind, or 40 credits is what. Yeah. So he's missing like a credit and a half, and so he can't get it. But they tell him to go to work and work what, a week or two. Yeah, he's on disability. You can't go to work on disability. Hence, this is in my son's name. But, you know, just saying. Okay. Let's twist some of these up. But, yeah, so he's missing just a few hours. But I paid back IRS the entire, every check. When I was pregnant, I worked for a staffing service, working at another job for them. I was their temp, but that's all I needed because I was pregnant and I was just, you know, Wasn't looking for nothing full time. So anyway, then after that, after I had my son, I moved back to here and went back to the staffing service. 10 years? Yeah, it was 10. I went through all that with him. I called my insurance guy. We talked about it, and so that's exactly what he said. It's been about a year ago now, I guess, since we discussed that, but that's exactly what he said too. I'm glad you reminded me all the things. Yes. I was thinking 40 though, but yeah. But I had to pay IRS off. And, usually you can claim yourself and another. If it's just you can usually claim two and get away with not really paying too much or owing, depending on how much you work. I work 24/7. And when I work the weekends, I got paid cash because it's just, a cash thing. So, all right, let's see. We got 2, 3. Let's do a few silvers. Oh, we didn't even cut no silver, did we? We got to cut silver. All right. So, but yeah, he's barely missing hours, and I hate that. So now he can't get it. All he's got is Medicaid, But they don't go past 10. Yeah, well, in those 10 years, if you hadn't got it, I think, like they told him, I think he was going to have to go work it. You know what I mean? In order to get his Medicare. I think that's what they were saying. So, all right. Yeah, this is another thing, remember? I got to go this way so I can see. Okay. We're going on the 10. Going on the 10. Get your 9. And I'm actually just putting the end of my bar right there so I can make sure I stay in line. Okay. So, I guess he won't get Medicare, excuse me. And that really does stink. And now he's being diagnosed with cancer in the tubing that runs from your urethra into your bladder, kidney. Which one comes first? And if you're a housewife, you're screwed. Right? You are. You are exactly right. You are exactly right. Isn't that sad? Can't get all that. Can't get paid for what you do for nothing, can you? Well, what you do for nothing, you know what I mean. You can't get paid from them. Get a check, even though you raised your family and you took care of your husband and your kid. God forbid. I was watching somebody. I think it was Damon. Anyway, he was telling somebody. They were talking about was doing a business class, and he said, I guess she was saying that she didn't have the money to do something. He said, you're too busy raising other people's kids, saying she worked at a daycare. She's busy raising other people's kids. Well, think about those that, like you just said, those that do raise their own children, and how that's not worthy, if you will. Because it should be. It really should be. Because if you didn't, then the government would be paying like so many, not that they would, but a lot of people get extra assistance from the government to pay for daycare because they can't afford it when they do go to work. So why can't you get credit when credit due for raising your own kids and not living off the government? You know what I mean? That makes sense? That should make sense to everybody. That should make sense to everybody. I mean, because it's real. You get, depending on your income, you can get half your power bill, if not the whole power bill paid. You can get free daycare. You can get, sky's the limit around here, unless you need it. Unless you need it. Those who need it, too bad. But hey, y'all, whoever's on disability, kudos, y'all. Okay, I was trying to make sure he doesn't show a mess up. I keep getting a phone call because he isn't understanding I'm not available right now. Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? I love this silver mesh. Ooh. Oh. Well, no, was I saying something about? Oh, okay, our checks. First time since 1972 or 4. I'm afraid to hit that to go. I've got a notification up there on my phone. If I tap it, it's going to do what it did a while ago, and it's going to cut y'all off. And okay, so anywho, first this big of an increase. I think it's what 12% or something. It's a big increase considering, because sometimes y'all on our disability there is no cost of living increase. Many years there's no increase, and then what years we've gotten it, they increase it by $10. Well, they gonna put that towards your Medicare because Medicare just went up by guess what, $10. You know what I mean? And it's like, really, y'all. My son's father never paid child support. I've got the receipts. I've got a printout of every payment he ever made. My son's father may have paid a whole year of child support out of the 18 years, for real, no exaggeration, and that he owed IRS or he owed. No, he was getting money back. He was getting money for his taxes one year. And I think my son was like 17, fixing to be 18, 16, 17, somewhere around there. And DHR kept that $600. DHR decided to keep and apply to the arrears of my child support. And I literally, for 18 years, DHR ain't never helped me do a dang thing ever. Ever. Do y'all hear me? Ever. And they gonna keep my little $600 that his daddy called and told him, I was gonna get some money, so I was gonna go ahead and let them apply that over to you on your child support. No, he didn't do it. They took it. Yeah. But I couldn't believe DHR didn't give me none of it. I've got to get that notification off my phone. It's driving me nuts. But they gave me none of it. Hold on. That really made me mad. Really made me mad. So, okay, that should be enough right this minute. Well, let me go ahead and cut 3 more. Hold on, let me cut 3 more. And that way, we should be getting close to all we would need. But I'd rather, I know I'll leave at least, because that's only 4. I'll need more than that. Because I'm doing every other one. Okay, move right along. Y'all, something biting me. But I couldn't believe the DHR was going to apply that to the arrears. I was like, are you kidding? I should have called. I still should. Me and somebody was talking about that the other day. And they're like, they shouldn't have done that. I'm like, you would think they wouldn't, but they did. I ain't never got child support for real. And he ain't never had taxes to have to really worry about, because he never would keep a job because they would deduct him child support. Oh, can't do that. I can't support that one. He said, you left, you deal with it. Okay. So I did. I took care of mine. With or without him. His little $200 wasn't going to make or break, but it sure was helpful, to do his part. Regardless of who or why, Anyway. I don't want to sound like a soap opera box. I did that the other day. I was listening to my live the other day about going off on the Walmart. I'm going, yeah. Some other got crazy. But y'all, that makes me mad. That does make me mad. As a single parent. And you get no money. And then you do, and they going to keep it. That was messed up. Welcome to the US of A. Welcome to the state of Alabama. See, he had a daughter in Michigan. His mom and dad paid that bill, because if they didn't, they would have come picked him up. Alabama ain't going across state line to get nobody. He was in jail one time here in Alabama, in my town, and I told them that he was in jail. They told him that I called and said he was in jail. Thank God he wasn't an abusive man that would have beat the brains out of me. For real, as you know, there are so many out there that would have. And he laughed at me from then on, going, yeah, well, they don't even care. You know, they tell me you calling and they don't even give a rip. No, they don't. Isn't that great? Thank God he wasn't one to beat on me. He was not abusive. But, you know, he could have been. They didn't know. And they're going to go tell him I called to tell him. Who the heck? Because there's no, he told me. I'm like, oh, he couldn't have known if they didn't tell him. So, those are so pretty, y'all. I love this silver. This silver has got the foil in there that shows y'all see all them colors? Can y'all see it? I don't know, it's a delay. Good gravy, that's a big delay. Maybe I need to redo my... I don't know, y'all. It does. It's got red, blue, yellow, green, orange. Y'all, that is so pretty. I love this mesh. I use this in my football, especially my Alabama ones, because we're, you know, yes, it is. It is so pretty. It's very pretty. I love this. Y'all should be getting y'all's packages soon, because I sent them over there before the UPS, or one of y'all's went by UPS and one of y'all's went by the regular mail, by the way, and I don't remember whose is whose, but it tells you on that. Oh, y'all didn't give me your email. I told Pam to send me it, and I meant to text you, and I forgot, Dusty. But I'll look it up and see what it says when y'all should be getting them. I should have got y'all's emails. Anytime I get orders, I need emails, and I wasn't thinking about that on the gifting. But that way you would have known when it was coming, you know, when you could expect it. And I don't remember. Okay. Do you want to leave that on there? I can write that down, and then you can delete that if you want to, unless you don't care. I mean, you know, I'd hate for somebody to get your email. You know, if you didn't want them to have it. I got you, though. I'm going to write it down, but I love that name, Stardust. Is that a family name, honey? I really need to know. Because I'm like, that is it's so cute. I don't know. I don't know how to, I don't know. I just find it precious. I find it precious. Let me find a notebook. Oh. Well, where's my ink pen? I used to have an ink pen. I used to have an ink pen. I bought a whole thing of them. Yeah. Okay, let's see. No, I was writing. Okay, hold on. I was writing Dusty. I was named after my mother's best friend. Oh, really? 71. Okay, I got it. You can delete it. I'd rather you did, because, you know, don't trust these people in this world these days. I got you, though. And I'll look it up, and I'll let y'all know something as soon as I can. Oh, I'll put this lid back on. Alright. Let me look right here. I tell y'all. Alright, let's see. Dusty, yours is coming by UPS, and Pamela's is coming by mail, USPS. And it does not give me an estimated date on here, but it will on my computer when I go into the program. Yeah. So yours is UPS, so you see the upstruck, you'll know. You'll know. It has arrived. I'll be giving away some more giftings. I got some other things the other day. Trying to just keep a few, which I mean, like I need to keep a few things. Y'all, I gave y'all stuff. I'm like, look, I could have filled up a grocery sack full. I don't know. Want it to be even. Okay. Oh, I just feel like something is chewing on me. Chewing. Is that the 10 by 10? What I do? What to do? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. It's just like... Okay. Did you see my little animals I got for us to do next? You know, we did the owl, but I showed y'all. Y'all all may not have been on here when I first showed them. I don't know. I can either show them again or y'all can look at the replay. I showed them at the beginning. I got them from Tractor Supply. I got a bull, and I got a moose, and I got donkey. I was telling somebody the other day, donkey. I said, that reminds me of Shrek. And donkey. Donkey. They're so cute. They got a little sack sounding, and everybody said that they were dog toys. I said, well, that would make sense. But now I did see, you know, of course, Tractor Supply's about animals, y'all. But they had some that had squeakers in them, and I started to get them. I will make a reel out of those, and when I get done. Oh, y'all. I don't know why. I just feel like something's eating on me in here. Let me get a drink of tea. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. Hoochie coochie. All right. Some people put these 2 to 3 inches apart. You can put them however far. You can do, you know, where you don't have to use as much, or you can do them closer to use more and make it fuller. Some people put flowers in them. Some people, like myself, is going to put a bow in the middle. I found some glitter purple at the Walmart. I went to my lady here local. She didn't have she didn't hardly have any ribbon out that wasn't holiday like, and she's usually got some of everything. I thought, oh yeah, her, you know, and I go over there and I'm like, gosh, she got some pretty, I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow, y'all, and I'm gonna check with my dentist, see if she's gonna still want them swags. I videoed the swags that was at the store here local, right down the road from me. It's actually, she does a lot of funeral type wreaths, you know, but she does all the things. She makes everything. But when you see her displays, mainly grave stuff. But that's where I met the lady that I did the number 4 for. And my girl Susan couldn't do it. That's when I didn't know what the girl wanted. I said, I might can help. What are you looking for? The number 4. So, I love this silver. It's so pretty. Y'all, I had a green that was like this, and it was called a holiday green, a holiday ribbon, holiday mesh. And it had every color of Christmas, just like this does. And I wish y'all could see it on the video. I wish our phones did better to show y'all more. I'm going to get me a new iPhone either today or tomorrow. I'm going to try to go there in a little bit. If I get, it's going on 4 o'clock. Been trying to get here all day. No, it was raining this morning, and I just was like, I did not sleep good. I had a migraine. My head would not quit thumping. I don't know why. All right, let's see. Let me just do a couple more of these, and then we'll put them on and see where we're at. Did y'all see the little bitty candy canes I found at the Dollar Tree? Oh, wait a minute. Y'all got new. Oh, gosh. 8 messages. Hold on, y'all. I didn't even see them. I was down here stuck on his message. No, sorry. No, okay, your mother's best friend when I became an adult and met her, she informed me that it was her middle name. Pam said, Crafty. Oh, Pam, I'm sorry, babe. Oh, I'm so sorry. I guess because I scrolled up and I didn't scroll back, and it wasn't showing me. Crafty Pam 15. Okay, girl. Crafty Pam. Crafty Pam 15. All right, y'all can delete those just so, you don't get them crazies. You gotta be careful in the world of crazies. Sally. My name comes from my grandmother. She was a gypsy. Which name is that, Sally? Her middle name is Stardust Jane. No, I didn't. You didn't what? I can't wait to see what you do with them. Oh, you didn't get to see the things. Okay, I'll show them. It was bad this year with them. What was bad this year with them? Do you think it could be fleas? No, I don't have fleas. It's not. I really think I'm becoming allergic to just the dust. For real. I mean, I have wiped, I have cleaned, and every time I do, I think it just gets into my skin. What is your, Sally, what's your mother's name? I missed the candy canes. Okay, I showed them yesterday. Did you not, you wasn't there yesterday on time? On time? I showed them to you. Yeah, they're so cute because they're little bitties. Remember? You're allergic to the, I really think it is. At first, I thought it was my nerves. I really did. I thought it was my nerves. And then, the other day, I'm like, but listen, y'all, I go outside, and in the front of my yard is a ton of, like, gnats. And the only way you could see them was because they had, like, little white wings, little white dot wings. And I thought, okay, maybe it is gnats. Because I do know I had gnats, but I've not had gnats. I've not really seen one here and there, but that's it. And so, I'm just like, I just think I'm just becoming allergic. You missed the beginning. Okay, girl. Hold on, I'll show y'all. They're so cute. And I love them because, y'all, even, you know, how we was doing the blue witchy woman. I made it on that great big swag. I put 2 candy canes together, and it made it really big. That's the thing about these little ones that I like is because they are smaller. And you can put them together still and then not be making such a monstrosity of a wreath. Alright? Okay, hold on. Let me got way up there and close the first one in your face, didn't I? Alright, let me show y'all these real fast. Alright. Okay. We measured them yesterday. So, the ones you used to be 2 foot. These are now 18, I think. No, these are 20 now. 20 by 10 or 12. 20 by 10. 10 wide by 20, okay? That's what's normal now. Now, here comes a little baby one. Y'all, what did I say? Let's see. He is 15 by 8. So, I think they're cute as can be. Now see, let me show you something. The ones that we did where we put them together and made a swag, okay? You know, you could still shrink these down, the big ones, but so far. But usually you just cross them over one section, okay? That's how big the wreath winds up being. Plus you got all your mesh, so it winds up being huge, okay? So now, going from that to this, and you do have to bend them around a little bit, you know. But look how different, if y'all can see that. See the difference in size? That's a big difference. That's a big difference in boxing and shipping and material. And this makes such a huge one with these frames that sometimes it's like too big. You know what I'm saying? So this is actually going to be really nice to make, and this is what we'll use. Oh, we could do one. I was going to say to put our animal, but I wanted to do the animal in the grapevine probably. I don't know. We'll see. We might could do one on each. We could maybe put Donkey in a small one because he's more plush. He's smaller. Let me show y'all them real fast. Hold on, let me hang this back up, y'all. So, I do love the little candy canes, though. I seen them. My girl yesterday that was here, Rebecca, she said she found the little ones in the craft section, and the bigger ones was with the holiday. I found the little ones with the Christmas. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You're going to find them anywhere the store decides to hang them, really. You know, because my store. This is the bull. This is the bull. Now, these came from Tractor Supply. And everybody said there was this stuffed animal dog toy. The small ones that I had found, and I'll post pictures of those, they actually had a squeaker. And I started to get it anyway, but y'all, they are so soft. I can't imagine a dog playing with this because it's so, this is soft enough for your baby. Literally. It feels like one of them really nice blankets, you know what I mean? Let's see what it says. oversized plush longhorn. For pet use only. I'm glad I read the thing. Not a child's toy. Remove all packaging from the product before giving to your pet. Remove the packaging from the what? Remove all packaging from the product before giving to your pet. It's recommended that you choose the appropriate toy based on your pet's size and playing habits. Toys should be large enough so that your pet cannot swallow. Yeah, well, my dog eats rocks and sticks. This is Moose. He's so cute, y'all. But I thought we would put one of these. They are sweet. The label, what now? Hold on. And then this is Donkey. Y'all, isn't he cute? Now he's not squishy or nothing, but he is just too cute. I need Eeyore. Y'all. Hold on, let me see what you said, the label. Some on the label. Are you talking about me taking the label off of it? I had to pay a friend to me some of the candy canes. My store was don't carry. Listen now, if your store don't carry them, you can order them online and ship them to your store for free. You can go pick them up for free. But if you order them and ship them to your house, you pay for shipping. The packaging is the label. Yeah, I'm slow, Dusty. I'm getting there, buddy. I'm getting there. Hold on. They are very nice. I love them. I do love them. I think they're so cute. So we were debating on which one we want to make first. I think the bull. Few of them said the bull, but I do too because so many people are into the farmhouse. But I need to kind of. I'm thinking about doing it sort of like we did the owl, making it a wintry look. I don't know though. With it being a bull, I'm not sure. The moose, I would definitely put like trees or something. You know, that'd be cute. Oh, we could get some of the. Maybe that would be a good idea. This is what they call a bottle brush tree, because they're made out of the bottle brush that you clean the bottles with, like a baby brush, but roll tide. This came from the Hoblob. This was, but we could get Dollar Tree's got some cute ones too. They're kind of like curl. They're spiraled. I started to get some the other day, and I thought, This was $12, but I gave it half price. So I got it for $6. And this is tall. This one is 15. Let's see, 15 inches tall. And about 5, maybe almost 6 wide at the bottom. So I think I love this. But that would be cute to get to put with the animals. What my thought was just then. I wasn't just showing you that to be showing. I was showing you that to go with the design to put with the animals. Okay, let's do some of these. Get up. All right. So that would be. I think that would be cute too. You have to buy a unit. Yeah. Somebody said. Okay. No, my girl that was here yesterday, Rebecca. She ordered some of the square frames. If you didn't see her live yesterday, did you, Dusty? We made a snowflake out of coat hangers, and we made a Christmas box package for her yard work, out of 5 wreath square frames. And me and her, we both had, she come from east side, she's on the other side of me going east where I used to live, like 10-15 minutes. She checked all them stores. I called some of those stores. I had went to Birmingham. She had went to part of the other side of Birmingham. We went to, I know, I was thinking about it yesterday after I was watching the live. I was thinking, between the two of us, we probably hit almost a dozen stores and couldn't find no square frames. But she ordered some, and there's only 24 to a case. That's the easy part, when there's only 24. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, is that, sometimes there's 48 to a case. That gets a little difficult. Unless you got somebody you can split it with, especially, local, that you don't have to worry about, paying more shipping or something. So this is just a little bit thinner mesh. So it wants to fold a little differently. So I'm trying to get it to lay like I want it to. There we go. It all ain't gonna be perfect. Hold on, I got another fray. I think these are my better ones I cut over here. Okay. But there's times you know, like with me and Rebecca from yesterday, you know, needing some of those square frames. So my store, I told her, I said, God, we have been all over between here, Trussville, Birmingham, I mean, you know, all over the place. Nobody. And she said, well, you know, you can order them. I'm like, yeah. But I wouldn't, you know, sometimes you don't never know how many is to a unit. You have to buy it, yeah. But 24 is not bad, especially if you got to have 5 to do one thing, you know, because that's how many it took to do that box yesterday. Because we didn't do all 6 sides, but we had to do 5 in order for it not to just collapse over, which that was a learning curve. But it was fun. I had so much fun doing that yesterday. And when we did the snowflake, it took 16 coat hangers. And the coat hangers that make it really pretty are the ones that's got the little strap holders, you know, for the women's blouses and such. And it made it really, it had, you know, gave it a little more curly cue. I'm sorry. It keeps calling me. You would think, yeah, must be busy. She must be busy. No, not her. Okay, so anyway. I need to take some Benadryl. I've been living on Benadryl lately. Not as bad as I was, but I wasn't sure, y'all, because I Googled the things about, like, itching and stuff, and, you know, my nerves, and, because I didn't know, I wasn't sure if it was my nerves or what. But then we did have gnats, for real. But, y'all, we went to the beach. You know, I went to the beach month before last, whatever it was. Well, anyway, the lady down there, y'all, we've had them big, not horse flies, they're big house flies, though. They look like a house fly on steroids. They're huge, almost like a horse fly, but not quite that big. The wings of them, you can see the vein running through them. They're so huge. I'm trying to make that stay sprayed out. I don't know if y'all see me. So, I love that because it does look like angel wings. I'm going to have to make myself one of these or something. This is for my girlfriend who wants to give it to a lady she sits with. And I thought, oh, and she wants a butterfly. My girlfriend does for herself. And I seen somebody do one. Well, I didn't see them do it. I seen a picture of one. So it gave me some ideas of how to get that done. And it's going to be so pretty. Again, it's using a type of petal leaf and several different ways of doing the mesh into the one to make it look butterfly-ish. So y'all, we'll do that soon too, because I gotta get that ready for her. Okay. And see how that kind of curls? That's cute though, y'all. I love it. I think that's just so cute. Again, the thicker the mesh, the better your design. That's why I'm not going to use that white that we were first using. I just got so frustrated with it. I'm like, no. This purple is pretty, and it's not thin, but it's not as thick as this lighter purple for what, you know, it's just a thicker plastic. So if you do one of these, make sure you get a better type of mesh. Don't use, you could do this with the burlap type stuff too. That'd be very pretty. Okay. Try and get it even. Get it even. Well, get over it, boy. Y'all, there was my girlfriend the other night told me there was a story she was listening to. Well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. It's kind of sad and depressing. It's a sad and depressing little story. It's a true story. I think Netflix is carrying it. It's about a woman here from Alabama who went to prison for killing someone who was abused her, raped her, and because she shot him, she went to prison. So anyway, if you're interested, you can Google that one. That was, I didn't watch. I just read what was on the Google. I'm like, oh my gosh. Y'all. Our world has went stupid. Where does common sense come in sometimes? I don't know. I don't think it does. A lot of times it don't. The man was also about to choke and kill her brother. I'm like, what? She got served 20 years. I think she got out. I think she's out. Pretty sure. Pretty sure, but I ain't positive. But I think she did. I think they let her out. I can't even think now. They got all crazy thing about that. Okay. I'm trying to get that straight. I want them to be, it does depend on how you lay that, okay, as to how that spans open. You can't mash it together like I just did, because that's what makes it not lay like you want it to lay. The most important thing too is to make sure both tips are the same length. I think too, you can zip tie this part, y'all. A lot of people just do it and zip tie it straight to the frame. I just don't think I can do all that without, you know, I'm having a hard enough time just trying to twist it right here. So, you know, you can do it easier than I can and just zip tie it to your frame. That's fine. Me, not so much. Not so much. I made some chili last night and it was good. And I made some banana pudding. Y'all, I made a reel of my banana pudding. Y'all be sure to watch them reels. I went back and watched them off my own page because I'm like, I wanted to share them to my personal profile page and I didn't even do that until today, right before I came live. That's another thing I was trying to do. And so, y'all be sure to look at them. Be sure to hit the like for me, please. Okay. Like I said, you can use a half of a half of a half, a half of a half of a half. This is a half a pipe cleaner, and this is a half of a pipe cleaner. Almost. Okay? So it don't take but a half of a half of a half. Alright, let's put some of them on here. We got a good mini made up. Let's see what it looks like. Thank you. Thank you. A half of a half of a half of a half of a half. Alright. Well, let's move them over here. I don't know. Maybe one side and then to the other. Alright. Let's say this half. Get up there. Okay. Zip ties. Hold on. I had these from yesterday. Let me just bring my little jar over here. That'd be a little easier. Maybe. If I don't spill it. Okay. Oh, I did tell you about my lovely cutters. Carol, I did, but I wanted you to show serving it. Girl, I thought about that afterwards. I did. I should have. I wish I'd thought about it. I literally, let me tell you what I did. I always make mine homemade. And I had separated my eggs, you know, my yellow from the whites. Okay, we did light purple, gray, and then we're going to do a dark purple. And then we're just going to repeat that order. Okay, well, I always put because I was cooking chili and everything, wrong direction, y'all. I was cooking chili, so I was trying to get everything ready to do my banana pudding so I could do it next while my chili was sitting and, you know, mingling. Alright, so then I'm going to zip tie this down. I'm going to get my, a girl, I do too. Well, I put my egg in the pan, my yellows in the pan, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh no, my yellow done started cooking like scrambled eggs. So I had to I let them finish cooking so I could feed them to the dog, and I had to break 9 more eggs because I triple my pudding. to the recipe. I always triple my pudding. Because I like, we've gotten to where we like a little banana and a lot of cookie and a lot of pudding. For real. And it is so good. But, you know. Okay. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to, get back up here. I didn't say jump. Jump. Alright. So you don't have to do them, can y'all see? Okay. You can do, but I'm thinking, should I do a light purple and then go back over with a silver and then 2 purples of silver, 2 purples of silver. I think I like that a little bit better than silver between every one. I think personally I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna come, this is what it looks like on the back. So you could come on down, you know, and this, if you start up here, you don't have to put so many into each section. So that's 3, okay? Now I've seen some people take a piece of felt and finish their backing, and some do, some don't. So that's just whatever you prefer. I might would, because it does show a lot of mechanic. You do see a lot of mechanic work, you know. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put a cover over it. Okay, so I broke another 9 eggs. I like the dark, then the light, then the silver. Okay, good. I do too. I think it looks better that way. So I did another set of 9 eggs, because it takes 3 eggs to a batch, but I triple it, like I said. So my meringue on top, y'all, I had made so much meringue, and I piled it on. And it went, y'all, it was so pretty. But I had to cut my oven down, because your meringue needs to cook a little bit, you know. And I really never thought about that process. You're supposed to put your meringue on top of the pudding when the pudding mixture is really, really hot, because it'll start cooking that meringue when it hits that hot pudding. Okay, we don't want to be able to see that other zip tie, so I went a little too high, as you can see right through there. So I'm going to push it down just a little bit. Okay, just push it with your thumb. And that way it covers it up. Alright, so, my meringue, and I love meringue, so does he, so it, you know, it was fine for us, but yeah, it got so, I mean, it was so high. But I had 18 egg whites. And I had 2 big bowls. I had to pour half, you know, I mixed them up. And I had to pour half into one bowl and the other half into the other, because it was so much. So, and y'all, depending on which way you flared, you know, you'll need to just decide which side you want to go up or down, okay? So that's just a personal thing on that. But yeah, so my meringue is huge. And it was good. But I did cut my oven down, because it browned up pretty quick. And I have a little convection oven, so I had to take, just to put it in the convection oven, I had to take one of the racks. You know, you got 2 racks. I had to take the top one out, and I just laid it on top of my bottom one, just to make it securely a little bit, you know. Y'all, I love the zip tie cutters. That is so flat and flush. You don't get no poke from it. Y'all love it. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty. And again, you know, you could spread it out however you want. You know, suit yourself on that. The further you spread it apart, the, you know, less material, the quicker. Well, I keep knocking it off. We'll be out of material here in a minute. But, okay, so this morning or last night one, I guess it was last night, because I had a bowl after we had chili, and then I fell asleep. I was so tired. But anyway, I went to sleep and I woke up, I don't know, around midnight. And he was asleep in this chair in the living room. So I got him out, he went to bed. And so I got me another bowl of pudding. I had to have another bowl. And so he got up this morning and said, "There's more gone." I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. But I did. I thought I should have took a picture of me scooping and then eat. You know what I mean? But it don't last long. Y'all, I made the last one I made one while me and my girlfriend was at the beach, and I brought home like a half a bowl, or, you know, a good butter bowl size. Me and her halved it. And it was, I guess, a half a pan, for real. I bought that pan that I did it in Florida. I mean, in Gulf Shores. And that's one of them, Pirate woman. Y'all listen to me. Pirate woman. Pioneer woman. I do love it. It's got a little plastic lid. And I thought, well, heck, I can't put the lid on it. The dang meringue's 5 feet tall. But it was so good. Okay, but I do make it homemade. And I do love my pudding. I do love my pudding. I do love more pudding in it and cookie than... I love bananas. But bananas, y'all, if I eat them late night like that, they give me heartburn so bad. Any kind of fruit will just about give me bad heartburn. Reflux. No, I shouldn't say heartburn, but reflux. Plus laying down didn't help. But, well, if I can get that on there. Y'all see it. Oh my goodness. But I wish I'll have to do that next time for real, Carol. Because I did think about it, but it was too late. I could take a picture now, even though it's half gone. Just make y'all eat your heart out a little bit more. I like that. I do. Okay, maybe one more. Let's see. Dark. I wish I took pictures of me making it, you know, step by step, like I try to do my wreaths. And, like, you know, have your ingredients, then, like, busting the egg, and then, boom, there they are, and then, boom, there's a meringue all mixed up. Yeah, it's hard. Y'all know you can do that in the microwave. I've not done it, but I do like watching Collard Valley Cooks. She's from Georgia, and she does all kind of pudding in her microwave in a glass bowl, and she mixes it all together, and then she cooks it for like 3 minutes, and then she'll take it out and she mixes it really, really, really well. You got to get down to the bottom and mix it really well. I love banana pudding. Let's jump back up. I'm sorry. I was just rereading, make sure I didn't miss nothing. Okay. So, she mixes it up after 3 minutes. You put it in a glass bowl, whatever, you know, microwave safe bowl. Put it in a big bowl. Mix it up. And then, okay, so now that's our bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here and we're going to work from our side. So let me get these up out of the floor. Get cranky. Didn't want to go in the floor. It got me in the floor again. Lord mercy. Okay. So on this one so far, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But again, you could stretch it out, you know, put a little bit more space between them. That's up to you. It depends on really the mesh too, because if it's thin, you want it to, you don't want to see your frame. Alright, so, move right along. Alright, so, then you mix it up real well. You put it back in the microwave. Alright, we're going to start on the end. Let's start with the light one. We use the light on that end. Let's start with the light one on this end. I want to do them the same, you know. Okay. So, put it in for another 3 minutes. And then, again, take it out and mix it really, really good. I mean, mix it really good. I think she does it for like another 2 minutes. And it's done. I want to say 5, 6 minutes total. It's done. But you got to stir in between and mix it really. Oh, great. That was good. I just missed the whole frame. I got one side of the frame. That's it. Come back. I do have the recipe, but y'all can look up Collard Valley Cooks, and then you can just type in pudding in the microwave or whatever. You probably can Google it, period, and it'll tell you. But I want to say it's like 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and 2 minutes. And again, it does depends on how powerful your microwave is. But mine's pretty powerful. My microwave is. But I think I would do 3, 3, and 2. And if it needed another minute, fine. But y'all, when she makes chocolate pudding, she does the same thing. Well, when she gets done with it, she'll put like, I thought I went around the other side too. I was going to say, dang, did I go around 3 of them? Okay, that ain't like really holding it like I want it to. Hold on. Oh yeah, I want that tight. Okay. Even if you have to squeeze your frame together a little bit, squeeze your frame. Because that's probably what happened on this one. Okay. So, there's one. But, she puts butter in her pudding. And she uses real butter. I'm a parquet and I'm a country crock kind of girl. But, parquet. Okay, now I use silver. We're going to have to do some more. But anyway, these won't take as many. I probably won't put but like 3 or 4. Let's see. I may not need but 3 or 4 on each side for real. But butter, and it makes it so shiny. Shiny, y'all. Her pudding be some shining. But I didn't ever know you could do it in the microwave. But I still did it on my stove because that's what I know. You know? I'm scared to try new things, y'all. Don't mess up the good thing. You know, when you're used to doing it a certain way, it's hard. Even though I want to try it, I'm like, not today. You know, I don't feel like messing it up or whatever, you know. I could not believe I scrambled my eggs, though. I always put my sugar. I don't never pre-measure everything out first, but I did. And so I had my sugar and my flour all in one bowl. And then I did my eggs. And then I just dumped the egg in there instead of getting my flour and sugar on the bottom of the pan first. Might only need 3. I don't know. This is pretty. We'll see. Okay. Well, y'all, that's why I told her yesterday about them zip ties around some of that stuff. My hands just don't like these little ones. But I want to use these little ones instead of the great big ones. I feel like it's a waste when you use great big zip ties. But my hands would probably love me a lot better. Let me go ahead and start a circle with it. Because that'll help, usually. Well, usually, if I can get that going. Dear baby Jesus. Y'all, the struggle's real. Good gravies. Maybe I need to get the big ones. Get the big ones. Get off. Let me fix that fray. It just did. That fray it just did. Okay, you can snip it. You can burn it. I like to burn it because it will help it singe. And I'm just going to run that over that edge again just to get that together. Right direction. Well, good gravies. I thought I got it off. I'm sorry. Alright, moving right along. Good gravies. Good gravies. There'll be some good chili here in a minute, too. I wanted to go live and do it on my live, y'all, but my kitchen's a hot mess because my dishwasher, he still ain't put it together yet because he fell asleep last night. We didn't know it was going to rain today. Because now it didn't have to work. Well, that side's spraying now. Oh, line. This darker purple is a little bit on the thinner side of mesh, but we're just gonna make it work. Just take your patience. Take your patience there and whatever. Learn what to say, Smith. I can't pull with these right here. You can't pull with them because it cuts it as you pull because they're good cutters. And I tell you another thing. I think if I cut sideways, y'all, it cuts it better instead of me having to go back again sometimes, which I didn't do it. It does do a good job though. I'm impressed that I don't have to now put hot glue on all these, you know. But I do want to make sure I get it flat. I just can't believe it, but it does. Okay. Let's put a light. Well, that ended in a dark. Let's do this side. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's just see how it comes. I think I'm gonna need one more though, because I'm gonna put a bow, and I'm not gonna. Let's see. Start with a dark. I'm not going to. I don't want to have to add nothing else around it, so I want to make it small enough that when I put my bow, it covers the entire center, and it should. I mean, you know, we make a big one now. Y'all, somebody said the other day they could do a tree topper on the tree topper bow on the Easy Bow Maker. Have y'all ever done that? I mean, it may be difficult. I'll see you later going on to the grandparents. Bobby Sue, how are you? I didn't know you was hanging out in the background. I love y'all. Talk to you soon. Grandparents night. Have fun. Go have fun. Y'all. Spend time with your family and your kids. Go be with them. If you got that opportunity, don't give it up. Don't give it up. They ain't always gonna be here. You ain't always gonna be here. You know? Make good memories for them. And it makes me so mad when people want to hold the grandbabies away from their grandparents because they're mad or whatever. Y'all, that ain't doing nothing but hurting the child. It makes me so angry when people do that. And it happens a lot. I literally have about 3 or 4 people in my life. 3, I know right off. I'm sure there's another. But anyway, they're not allowed to see their grandbabies. What? That's so dumb. If they were toxic people, that'd be different. But they're not. One's mad because his mama made him sit with his sister while she worked or whatever. And then he had to cook. Well, bless you. Bless you. Yeah, I mean, it made you a better husband, made you a better daddy, and you're mad. Well, okay. Y'all, don't hold these babies against their grandparents. I think everybody needs everybody in their life. If they're good. Look, my ex, my son's father, he wasn't the greatest, but I didn't hold him from him. You know? He couldn't just go off with his daddy like he did do one day. And my son calls me. He says, you need to call and tell daddy some words. He wanted me to call and cuss his daddy out. But he needed it because he was driving drinking. Yeah. He was supposed to not be able to go on his own. He had supervised visitations. He could go stay with Nana, you know, and see his daddy and all the things. And you know, but that's not, I get to babysit my Ellie. Good gravy, Samantha. Lord, hold on. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay. For the first time, Mama's going to her checkup after having Ellie on Thursday. Alrighty. That's so fun. Y'all, I envy. You know, I would have had mine. My first baby, my first grandbaby, I'd have had him by now. Lost him a year ago, October, you know. He never made it into the world. So yeah, go be with them. Go be with them. I did get some decent pictures of our snowflake in our gift box yesterday before she left. But y'all, I took it in front of the window out where we were, and the box, I had it sitting on the ground, on the floor, on the porch, and a piece of my siding is gone. And I think I can use, I was Googling how to use the background in iMovie, because I have an iMovie on my phone, of course. And so I could put a background on it, I think, and then put that picture on top where it doesn't look so redneck, if you will. I want that to come on over a little bit. Come on over. You have to play around with it a minute to get it to stay like you want it to be when you fold that up. Because depending on how you grab it and how it's spread apart or not has a lot of bearing on how the wing is shaped. Okay, so it takes a little playing around with it. So just get it till you like it. Oh wait, wrong thing. Alright. Let's see, I need, ooh, we gotta do about 5 or 6 more real quick. I wish we had a pause on here. You run to the restroom or something. We need an intermission. I hate making anybody wait, though. You know, for real. Rainy days make me do that more. Don't know about y'all, but just saying. Okay. They do. They do. I don't. It's weird, but it just. It always does it. Alright. Because I want to finish this with y'all today. Alright, come on, Samantha, get your fingers together. Get it together, girl. Get it together. The kitty girls. Shania Twain. Kitty girl. I didn't need no Bobby Sue is on there. She's incognito in the background. That's your son and his wife, or is that your daughter? I think that's your son and his wife's baby, right? I don't think. Do you? I don't think you have a daughter, do you? And if you do, I apologize. I think you have. I know you have a son, right? Am I right? I know. I'm thinking. Maybe thinking about Sally. Sally's got a son. I know, and a daughter. I think I met both. I think I met her son and daughter. You still on here by Sally? Son and his wife. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I know Sally's got a son. I don't know if Sally's got a daughter. And Bobby Sue, she got some of it all, I think. I know she got some sons, and she does have a daughter. Because her granddaughter that I know is from her daughter. And then she's got, I think she's got 2 sons. You have 3? Wow. Who was it? Who was I watching? Somebody's live I was watching. And they said they were fixing to have another grandbaby. And then the other one was pregnant. And she's like, who was I watching? She said she's got like 10 grandkids. And I think she's got 2 daughter, a daughter and a son or whatever. 2 kids of her own, I think. I don't know. Who was I watching? Lordy Lordies. I don't remember. I really don't. I watched so dang many different people last night, and I fell asleep during so many of them because I fell asleep, and I'd wake up and I'd fall back asleep. But I just went back to sleep. Well, then I tried to go back to sleep and I couldn't. Okay, I think this will about get it, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We just got to make a bow when we get done. And then we're done. Sam is he the one with the new baby? Sam is he the one with the new baby? I'm not sure what you're asking. Who's with the new baby? I have no baby. my baby passed. If I would have had, oh, you're Sam. That's what I was thinking. And then I thought, I don't know, maybe me? Sam would have been my only. If I would have had Sam first, he would have been my only child. Sam is the one with the new baby. Okay. Why would he have been your only? I don't know how anybody has more than one either. I am not kidding. I had my stepson and my stepdaughter. And she was 9 and my stepson was, no, she was 11. He was 9, excuse me. She was 11, going on 22 when I met them. And my son was 2. I love this silver. I got you. I thought you was asking, was I the one? Was he the one with the baby on it? I was thinking you had a son named Sam. I really did. I was thinking, well, I don't know if I got that confused with somebody else. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see. 1, 2, let's do another silver. Then, okay, 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. I see the grocery cart head. That's all I can see right there. Hold on, let me read it. My son had a big old head. Y'all, somebody was talking about, having a difficult birth. And I had a dry birth. And I have a 4th degree episiotomy. Do you know they don't suggest episiotomies anymore? They don't suggest that the doctor do that intentionally to let it do it on its own. Well, that's one reason I have my dry birth caused me to have a fistula. He would jump out of a grocery cart head first and laugh the whole time. Okay. I was thinking about the size of the head being, I don't know. My son had a great big head. My husband got him by the ankles, I'm assuming, by his ankles before he hit the ground. Then if you would put eggs into your cart, he would throw them at me. Gotta love him. Gotta love that spirit. Gotta love that spirit. That's funny. Wham! I can see eggs now. Y'all, my son slept in the bed with me. Again, I'm a single parent. I had to be at work at 7. By 7. I was the only one at the office before anybody for an hour by myself. Because I worked 24/7. Anyway. Y'all. And Samantha, not a morning person. But, y'all. And then my son, he would not sleep in his bed. He would scream and cry till he threw up. So I was either up till 3, 4 in the morning cleaning up that. I say till 3, 4. Literally 1, 2 in the morning cleaning that up. Because if he slept, it would just be for a half a second. Because as soon as y'all, I'd lay there in the bed, and as soon as I'd open my eye, he'd look straight at me. I'm like, so I started acting like I had my eyes closed, and I'd be barely looking at him, and he'd be asleep. As soon as I'd turn over, I'm like, you couldn't get out of the bed without him knowing it. Y'all, he's like he worked than a dog knowing you getting out of bed. Oh my gosh. But I literally had to throw him in the bed with me because I could not be up all night cleaning up, him being sick. And it went, the last straw was he come out of his bed and he almost hit his dresser. He is that close to hitting his dresser, changing table, dresser. And it scared me so bad. And my mother and my father, when I graduated high school, they moved up the driveway and built another house. And it's a 2-bedroom, but they're on different sides of the house, but the only thing between them was a living room. It was a smaller house, so Mom wouldn't have that much to worry and clean with. I get it. I get that. So, I missed that house desperately. Well, anyway, he come out of that bed. I was like, he landed in the floor, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it. I cannot, and be so tired and can't work and be, you know, it was just too much. If he would have went to bed and not had a problem sleeping there, would have been a lot better. You know what I mean? But that wasn't happening. He slept with me till he was near 9, 10 years old. Really. For real. For real, for real. I don't really know. I don't think I need that one. I may have already curled to me. All right, let's see what we got. We may add some more to these. Okay, so let's go with our light purple. All right. So we're going to put this on the top. But, yeah, so I don't know how more anybody has more than one child. But my birth, the birthing of him was hard. Oh, I would put my clothes in the baby bed with him. Let's see. Woo. Okay. He would throw food at people if you took him out to eat. He's very loved. And Lord, as my witness, I wanted to kill. You need to undo that word. You need to get that off there. Facebook will put you in jail. They will. They'll put that on there. They'll do something. Anytime you want to write that, just put K1LL or something. Don't ever spell it right. I would get so angry that all I could do was hug him and rock him back and forth. Yes. And cry. My Sam slept with me so I could keep a hand on him so he would stay alive. I feel you. Yeah, go do delete that because I don't want you to get in trouble. Sometimes Facebook they'll delete it before I ever see it sometimes. But I said that to my cousin that I would do that to him. Y'all see that? That was with my old clippers. That was funny. But yeah, it's I get you. Now my son, he was a good baby. I didn't really have no trouble. He just did not want to be there. I would put my like a shirt so he would smell me and think I was there. No, I don't care. Look, he's 8 years old and I'd roll over and he'd still, where are you going? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Y'all, I will try to find out about y'all's deliveries too. He was a handful. Yeah. And ADHD. Hey girl, what are you doing? I was thinking about you. How'd your daughter like those? Get off. Get away. I meant to post those pictures, but I did after I took the pictures, you know, I got to looking at it, and I have that window, and underneath my window where I had the package sitting on the porch, you can see one of the pieces of the siding is not there, and I don't want to show that. So I've got the iMovie app on my phone, and I've got Canva. So between the two, I was trying to figure out how to put a background, and then I could put the pictures on top of it. She loves them good. I'm so glad. Did you put a light in the box? I forgot about that last night. I was watching the replay. I forgot about the replay until we was eating, and I thought, oh yeah. And so I watched it, and it was so much fun. I did have fun. That was pretty fun. But I meant for us to throw a light in the box, and I forgot. Did you do that? Just curious. Curious. I'm glad she loved it. I loved it too. I thought that was cool. Not yet, but yeah. I may have to have you send me some more pictures. When's she gonna decorate it? I'm curious about that. I want to see what she does to it when she does. You guys send us some more pictures. I may have to have you like take pictures anyway. Depends if I can figure out this background app. I think I got it though. But I was watching it last night, but I've been trying to do so many things. Okay, let's see. Dark light. Okay. I was trying to remember what color I had to have. But we're almost done with this, and then we're got to make a bow, and then I'm done with this. Then I'm going to go eat me a bowl of chili. That chili was good, too. Get my fingers out of there, y'all. I didn't know it was going to rain today. I'm glad it didn't rain on us yesterday. We woke up this morning and I told Chris, I said, it's 8 o'clock. He's like, oh. And he gets up and says, oh, it's raining. So I went back to bed. I'm like, oh, great. You had chili yesterday too? I love it. I love chili. It was good. I've not had chili. Well, I don't eat it, of course, during the summer, really. Very rare. Maybe football-ish, you know, be the end of summer something. Summer somethings. But that's my... I want to make some chicken and dumplings. That's my next thing to make. Maybe when I make chicken and dumplings, I can do that live. I was going to do that yesterday, but he still ain't fixed my dishwasher. I told him he didn't get it done today. He's going to have to get in there. You made chili today. Everybody's having chili, girl. You got in the mood for it, huh? Yeah, it turned out pretty good. My banana pudding turned out real good. I wasn't going to make... I forgot about making it, and then I seen he had eat a banana. I thought, oh, yeah. So I made banana pudding, too. I did do a reel with the banana pudding. Y'all be sure to like on my... Watch the whole reels for me, and please share those out, too, if y'all see them. That's what I'm trying to make monetization on with Facebook right now. Hold on, I can't get that up under there. I got it a little tight. A little tight. Get in there. Get in! Well, I had to cut it off and do it over because that one's kind of big. Hold on. And of course, that metal one, the silvers are a little bit bigger because they're thicker mesh. I love this silver. Hold on, I'll read your message. And I got to end with the same color, so I got to give them a purple right here. So I'm going to have to come up just a little bit. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Dark. I got a dark one over there. Yeah, I think this is going to be... I might need to put another one on the sides. I don't know. Get out. Just get off. Get off. Make sure your zip ties turn the right way. Yeah, I'm going to need to put another one on each side to make it look copacetic. Let's say Pam. Hold on. Pretty, thank you. Yeah, I freeze chili too. I had chili yesterday. Made chili today. I love chili. I have a pork roast with carrots, yes. I bought some potatoes from the farm. That sounds good. I freeze chili. I do too. I freeze everything. Pretty colors. Thank you, Pam. With the noodles, and then I add the noodles. Freeze my chili without noodles, and then add the noodles the next day. Yeah. Yeah, and frozen noodles is one thing that I don't think turns out good most of the time if you freeze them. They turn out a little mush. Has anyone watched the English series Emily Blunt? If that's on TV, no. I don't watch TV. I really don't. I don't watch the news. I don't watch nothing, girl. That's why if anything happens, you know, y'all need to call me and tell me. Well, if there's a tornado coming, call me and tell me. Because I can't stand the TV. I don't know, y'all. I feel like I do need one on the sides again. Maybe I won't have enough to do. I mean, like, I say enough, like in room-wise. I guess I could push these down. Let me see how that frayed right there. I'm going to get that off. I know that name, Emily Blunt. Isn't that a writer? Does she write books? on Amazon. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to get my wood burner. I feel like it's going too far low. Okay, let's get on Amazon. I haven't. Is that okay? So like on Amazon TV, movie, whatever. I don't. I can have that, I think, but I don't. I had never done it. Okay, I think I've made an executive decision, and I'm gonna have to go around and put another on both sides. See, we got light, silver, dark, light, silver, dark, light, silver, dark, light, silver. Okay, let's do these. Let's make it even as possibles. I don't know. We did it on the top, and the sides should really match the top. So let me push these down. Okay. Let me push that silver. That silver's wide. It's thick. Okay. I'm just trying to get them even on each side. Okay. Alright, so let's do that. And then we'll be done. Alright. Let's see. So we got the dark. So we just gotta have a light and a silver added. No. A light, silver, dark. Hold on. Yeah. Silver, dark, light. Silver, dark. Silver, dark. Silver, dark. Silver, dark. And I just got to cut a couple more each. Now again, you could do these, you know, more separated. You know, you don't have to put this many. But I like it. What's it about, Pam? I'm just going to pull these tight. Cut these off. So we need a couple more. Then we'll be good. I got one silver here, so that I'm gonna need the dark. So this silver, I don't need no more silver. I just need this one silver. So let me do this one. Like I said, you can zip tie all this. You don't have to do the pipe cleaner and all that. You could zip tie it straight to the frame. Samantha just don't work that well on her hands, so we're going to do it like this. Okay. That ain't quite even. I got that just a little bit off. Hold on. Come off. Y'all, I hate undoing my work. When I put it on there, I mean for it to stay. And guess what? Usually it does pretty good. I can't remember who said they had all them grandkids. I'll think of it. I can see her, but I can't see her. You know what I mean? I can see kind of her saying it. Okay, make sure your tips are even. That's really the only thing you got to make sure you do on this design. Yeah, make sure they're even. or very, very close, you know. You just don't want them way different and then it lay way off. I think that still don't look right either, does it? I think we're gonna go with it, boys. There we go. I just pulled it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I broke it. Intentionally. Because I didn't want to sit there and untwine it again. I want this to be. Oh gosh. Am I having a pipe layer that I have cut? Yes, I am. Imagine that. Imagine. Alright. Okay. Let's take a zip tie. Let's see if I can come right here. Let's see. No, we got a dark. Let's see if I can come right here. And just follow these corners up. And that's going to help when you pull them down. That helps. Except want that a little bit more smooth. Ah, golly, y'all see me just swung that around. Alrighty. Let's see. Some of these are the ones we used the other day. So I'm just going to make sure that they're not like right here where we got a little fray. I just want to make that right. And we're just going to straighten it up. Okay. So let me start right here. Oh, I just got out of whack. almost done, y'all. Okay. How many grandchildren? I have 7 step grandchildren. My stepdaughter has 4, and my stepson has 3. And I only have 1 biological son, and they had to. The baby had passed because of birth control, the IUD. So if any of you know any women on, or young ladies, whatever, on an IUD for birth control, yes, they can get pregnant right away. Not is that a good thing. They thought it was going to be a conjoined twin. And it was pretty devastating with the situation that we were told they thought it was. But actually the baby had fell apart and passed. October was a year ago. Let's see. I think, let's put these on. I think I got all I need. I don't know. I may need another. But, you know, it was sad. That was my little boo. I called him Boo because it was right at Thanksgiving. I mean, Christmas. Oh, shoot. Halloween. When we really, you know, she done got to her 2nd trimester. So. Okay, let's see. Silver and then my dark. Okay. So we're going to go right here with another dark. I do love my step-grandchildren just as though they are mine. I love my stepchildren as though they are mine. So, there is that. So I do have 7. Okay, so let's do this side. We need a light. Light that light. Okay. And then fold them up. Fold them up. Alright. Fold over. Straighten that out where we had that folded or ruffled. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. Forgot. Mesh is forgiving, so it will be okay. That right there where it was ruffled, it'll straighten back out. So, not worried about that. y'all, tomorrow I do have a dentist in the afternoon, so it'll probably be, if I can, I'm not going to promise early tomorrow, but if I can, okay. Might do a quick craft, might do a bow, I don't know. If not, then it'll be tomorrow evening if all goes well. Depends on what all the procedures they do. I may not feel like it, but I will let y'all know. I became a grandmother of my step-grandchildren and a great-grandmother from my step-grandchildren. And I love them, treat them the same. That's exactly right. Yes. Look, my stepson and my stepdaughter, I love them dearly. I do love them dearly. We've been through some stuff. We've been through it. You know, when I met my stepdaughter when she's 11, literally going on 22, she knew more about her and her brother's health than I would have ever. I was sick at 13. I didn't know nothing about my health like she did hers. And I had a lot to know. You know, I had a lot I needed to know, really. But, you know, she just, unfortunately, was forced to grow up a little quick, if you will. And shouldn't have, but that's what, you know, what is. But I was very impressed at an 11-year-old to sit there and spit all her history of her medical doings out like nothing. You know, just blah, there it all is. Okay, I can't even remember all that stuff at this time. You know, there's a lot. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But she's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. She's my drama queen. She now has one herself. She now has one. Actually, she got 4 of them. She got 4 daughters. She had a son, but she lost him. She had, she was in her second trimester, I think. I can't remember why she lost it. I don't know if they were, I don't know. I can't remember. But that was, my stepson has a son, but it's not biologically his, but it's his and it's ours. He's ours, you know? Yes, we love him. He married the girl when she was pregnant with him, and they have the other children together. I think big enough. But now my daughter-in-law now, Cherie, she is just a stepmama to them children, you know. But they all had the same mama, which is not my current daughter-in-law. Cherie is my age. She bona fide, y'all. She's a legend. Where's she at? She may be on here. She's a legend. Y'all, she's so funny. I love her. I do love her. Oh, Lords. Okay, I think we're there. Okay, let's see. We got our dark. So then we need our light, right? Yeah. Almost, y'all. My stepdaughter one day, her and her mama come in the house. We was living at Chris's house, which he lived literally a mile down the road from me. But we'd stay at both houses off and on. But we were up at his house, and Kim, my stepdaughter and her mama come up in there, and her mama's like, we need to have a talk. So we sit down at the kitchen table, and she commences. I think, I don't know, my stepdaughter probably was 13, maybe 14. I don't even think she's 14. But anyway, her mama's like, well, she's so stressed that she's going to need to start smoking now. I'm sorry, excuse me? No, we won't be doing that in this house. We won't be smoking at 14 or whatever age. I laugh at her all the time because she's having a hard time. Not laugh at her, but, you know, about that. But it's like she's got issues, you know, she's dealing with hers. And I'm like, yeah, well, you remember that time your mama come up in there and told us you needed a cigarette, you're going to start smoking? No, that ain't how that's going to work. Y'all, these kids be trying to get away with some stuff. I know you call me out on that. I gotta do this right here. Oh, y'all, that was so hysterical. Me and Chris still laugh about that one. Like, yeah, that'll happen. That'll be just fine. Yeah, go and get her a carton of them. When we did catch her smoking, he created Big Daddy's hand, which was a paddle. To which, every time she wanted to take a draw, we made her sit there and smoke a Camels. My mother said, "You can't give her nicotine poison." I said, "She didn't inhale." Y'all. I told her, I said, "No, you want to smoke like a big girl, let's inhale." But I bought her a pack of Camel non-filters, y'all. That was so funny. But y'all, she and blow it out faster she could, you know. I'm like, no, let's not, no, you got to learn to do it right because you're wasting. You got to do it right because you're wasting. I gave that poor child, I gave her some hail, but you know, it made her a better person. Made her a better person, and it did. She's a better person for it. I should tell you. Should tell you. I'm glad she feels that way too, though. I mean, really, you know. So she's y'all. I told y'all about the tri-folding towels. She's like, I don't know. She'd sit there and fold them in fours, you know. And we had a big old pool table, so that's where everybody's clothes would land because Samantha worked 24/7 and had to do the cooking and the cleaning and tendons. And no, she can learn to fold some towels. I know it's like to be a stepchild, and was hated. Oh no. Isn't that sad? So I will not let that. No, it's not. Yeah, that's so unfair because the child didn't ask to be in that situation. That's why I'm like, go be with your children, and how people want to take their children away from their grandparents when they're mad over some bull that happened back in 1910 because they didn't get raised like they wanted to, or didn't get the love they feel they deserved, or whatever their cry is. Because let's look at how they're parenting today. You know what I mean? Let's look at that. Let's look at how you're parenting now, and you want to complain about how you was brought up. You got nowhere to go with that one. I mean, for real. I don't get it. Y'all, my friend of mine, his daughter moved out of state. She don't believe in God. I don't even know if he's got to see the grandbaby once. I don't know. Maybe once, if at all. And it's sad. And I don't know why I don't really know. I do not know why that she would feel like that towards him. I really don't. Which, you know, I didn't live there, but my best friend who passed, Mary, the one I got a picture of behind me, she was her stepmama. And she wanted children so bad. They did not mistreat that girl. They did not mistreat that child. You know what I mean? I don't understand her reasoning or her feelings behind anything, but, you know, it is what it is. You can't change people's, you know, beliefs or way of thinking, or, you know, if they think they was mistreated, I'm so sorry, you know. Let's really think about mistreating and who's been mistreated. You know, look at some of your friends that's been really mistreated, you know? You may not have had what you would love to have had as a child. God knows I didn't. Y'all, Samantha didn't get to do nothing because my older sister was married at 14. I couldn't date till I was near 17. Really, I was 16. I could not date. And, of course, I married him, you know. And it wasn't just to get out of my mouth. I really loved the man. But then, you know, he didn't want to work and provide and do. So, anyway, it is what it is. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to make your own decisions. All right, so I feel like I might need a couple more in that long section. I'm just kind of readjusting a little bit. Not overly, Samantha. I went a little nuts right there. All right, let's see. Yes. There's one, you don't want to see the zip ties or anything else. So I got to come back down just a little bit. Because some of that, I mean, even though the mesh is thick in some of it, you know, it's not dark material. But I do love that. I need to add two more right here. I need to add two more. Hold on. Here's one. So all I gotta do is cut a silver and a dark. One more, y'all. One more. I don't know, y'all. Okay, the pipe, the zip tie didn't work. I had to turn the right way. But, you know, no one's had an idyllic life growing up. I mean, everybody's got something that's happened, or, you know, feel something happened, or maybe did happen, or no one had the perfect childhood that I know of. We could all cry and moan about something, I'm sure. Some were very blessed. My son's father, he was adopted at 6 months old, and them people, I say them people, my nana, my mother-in-law, that I buried the whole family now on them, but that my father-in-law would have transplanted his head and gave to Tad, had it been able to be done and it work, because they loved him so much, you know, they loved him so much, and he was a great person. He was a good person, and they think he was bad, y'all. It's just he had a bad problem. He gambled and all that kind of crap. But oh, crust! I was trying to get something out from under my dang mash. I just burned a hole. Let's say hopefully it was after the 10 mark. Hold on. Yeah, move this out the way before I do something crazy there. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. So, you know, some people have been given more than they should have. You know, it ain't done them no justice. It didn't do him none. They gave and still gave and gave. All for what? Not. Okay, let's see, I need that one. Okay, I got dark purple here. That's it then, I think, y'all. I don't think as long as this one. I appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna make a quick bow. That's one thing I want to make it, you know, get it as full-ish, because I want to put a bow. I'm not gonna put floral. You could put flowers in the center. You could do flowers. You could do pigs. You whatever, you know. You could do anything you wanted to. There's so many different ways to do these. Almost looks like a little bit of like a music note kind of thing. Bugs Bunny. I don't know. Okay. I think I ought to do it pipe cleaner. I had a whole pipe cleaner. Well, did I use it? I don't know. Maybe I did. If I didn't, it fell off the desk. But crusty crust. I'm going to re-burn that one. Right. That was funny though. Her mama coming in there telling she gonna have to start smoking because she was stressed. Okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I can't believe it was so unbelievable. You can go now. You can just go ahead and go. We're done. gotta laugh at some of it, you know? You got to. There's some stuff you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. I ain't got that good of an imagination. I can't imagine. Alright, one more. One more $6. I found a $2 bill the other day. Somebody was throwing some stuff out, and it belonged to some other people that refused to come get their stuff. And that was a $2 bill. You don't hardly see them. I know they're rare. I'm just saying that. You just don't hardly see that no more. I just love those. I love the silver. I wish all of it was so, you know, I wish it was all like this silver. All the glitter, all the glitz in it, the shine, the sparkles of all the colors of Christmas. There's every color of Christmas in that. Like I said, there's red, green, yellow, blue, orange, gold. I'm just sitting here naming off colors as it sparkles. I don't know, y'all probably can't see it. Excuse me. Pictures don't do justice whatsoever. They just don't. Okay. Alright. Now we're coming right here. On top of our light purple. We're going to put our silver, and then a dark, and we're done. Now we're going to make a bow. We're going to make a bow. Ouch. I didn't think that had grabbed. Go. Almost $7. This is so pretty, y'all. I'm glad I did what I did. And I'm glad I put as much on it as I did. Now, you may pick a color that is really thick and don't need as much. Your fabric, or shoot, I just made that almost too small. You may have a better, you may be doing like a burlappy type material. So it just depends on what you're using as to what you need and how much coverage. Because you just don't want to see your frame. And, you can do this in all different colors. You can put flowers all down through it, and you don't have to use this much, because then you're covering it up with florals, and you're not going to see your frame. And so, now I will cover the back with some, I've got some felt, but I'll do that later. I'll do it later. I'll show it or do something. We'll figure that out. Okay, so that's what we got. And see our section right here, we're going to put our bow, and it'll be big enough, it'll cover that little spot up. You could put florals, you could put anything you wanted, okay? You can put florals down through each section, or throughout the sections, okay? Now, let me tell y'all real quick. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 on the bottom half. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Okay, so what did I just say? 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, 6, 6, 6. Oh gosh, that ain't good. Wow. Blah. Bad words, bad numbers. I need to throw another one in it. Okay, let me write that down real fast. Okay, so we got 6, when we got 6, we got 6, we got 12. Okay. Okay, here's our bow, our ribbons we're going to use real quick to make a small, thick bow. Probably going to have just some shortish tails. Now, this I got from the walls of the mart. Y'all, I can't find no ribbon nowhere that's purple. I promise, I have looked on like 3 different websites for material, and I ain't found any. Not purples. So, and then I got this gray out a while ago because I thought that would really look pretty too. So I'm not going to use a lot, but I do want to put, and I'm going to put that on the back side of the bow to cover up our big spot, the biggest part of the spot. And then we'll do, I'm going to do 2 small loops and a short tail. Let me look at it. Hold on. Let's see. Because we don't want to cover up. I wish I had a 1.5, but I don't. What I do is it's like a really gray, but I may just do it like yay. Let's do that. Okay, so that is a 10-inch tail. Okay, so a 10-inch tail. You remeasure 10-inch. Gather and twist. So now I get confused on my flip, y'all, sorry. Okay, and I don't like a big loop, but we don't want a great big loop because we're not looking to cover up our mesh. We just want to cover up the little hole. So I'm going to go with like a 4-inch loop. Okay. Twist. And we're just going to put a loop on each side. Okay. I'll do that, make sure they're about the same size. That one looks just a little long, but it don't when you do that. Okay. We'll tweak it on the back side if it's too long. Let's see. Y'all, them wires. So 2 loops, 4-inch on each side, about a 10-inch tail. Then we're going to take our purple and we're going to do, we're going to come just a little shorter than what we got. Or maybe the same. We may go with the same. Yeah, almost. I'm going to go right above it. Okay. So I'm just going to make my loops almost the same. I'm going to do 2. And then I'm going to give it a center loop. Okay. Do a center loop, twist as normal. Come out here. Straight down. Come down on the tail. And I'm going to come down just a little farther for this tail. If we want to cut it shorter, we will. God, I hope this goes. This may be more of a raspberry than a purple. God, that ain't gonna match. Dang. Y'all, that ain't gonna match. That ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to still look. All right, this ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. Y'all, that ain't gonna work. My bad. I didn't even pay attention. I was looking at it through the plastic. So, I've got to find some purple. But say that was our bow. I'm sorry. I really thought that was the same color. Or ish. I really didn't know it was going to be that way off. I've got to find some purple. Alright. But that would have been what it would look like had that worked. But I'm actually going to go ahead and save this, and we'll use it on something else later. So I'm going to take my zip tie. Actually, yeah. Let me just do it. Let me just do it. God, I've got to find some purple. Dang. Okay, well, back to the drawing board with some ribbon. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, y'all, appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm going to go get me something in my belly because I'll be hungry. And I'm going to hopefully upload a new video if I can figure that out without falling asleep first. But like I said, I will be going to the dentist tomorrow, so depending on how I feel, depending on what all they got to do, I want to get my tail twisted. Sometimes that works and sometimes that don't, so make sure before you zip tie that good and tight that everything is crossed like you want it, because you can fix it before you do the tightening. Alright, so, dang, y'all, that is a pretty glitter though. Alright, y'all, I do love the cross though. We'll figure that out, the center. We'll figure that out. And I do want to work on the butterfly too next, so we might try to work on that tomorrow or the next day, like I said, depending on how we feel. Alright, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I think that turned out really nice so far. So, thank y'all. We'll see you soon. Get it out of my hair. That's what we got. That's what we got. Y'all. I'm going to take my purple with me, I guess, to the store. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all again, okay? Good night.